welcome to the Metalheads podcast. My name is George.
This is Jay.
This is Will.
This is John.
This is Matt.
And this is episode 75. Jay managed to score us an interview with Ross the Boss of Manowar and, of course, the Ross the Boss Band, among others. So check that out now. Hello, this is George.
And this is Jay.
And it is a great honor to have Ross the Boss with us. How are you today, sir?
Hey, fellas, what's up?
Glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and it is truly an honor to have you on. As we understand it, you just returned from a tour outside of the U.S. Where all did you hit?
Yeah, well, we started in Europe. We started in Germany, and then we went to Switzerland, and then we went to Italy, and then back to Germany, and then we went to Australia from Italy. We went from Milano. We flew to Bangkok, then Australia, and we played Sydney, Adelaide, Melbourne, and Brisbane.
Wow.
Jesus.
And
so first off, your internal time clock has got to be screwed right now.
I'm just, I don't know. I found myself, we got back home on Monday, and I got home Tuesday morning at 7:00, and we left Brisbane Monday night at 10:50. It was ridiculous. 2 20-hour plane rides. 10-hour plane rides. It was just, my body is still like, sometimes I just feel like passing out. I just feel like passing out, really.
I understand that. I really do.
I actually not really affected. People say my band were not affected by jet lag, but you feel it afterwards,
Yeah.
So we're just getting back into it, but the Europe flight, the New York to Europe flight is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And you're going the right way. You kind of get the bonus time back on that one. Yeah.
Right. But it was insane.
So on April 20th, you released your new album, By Blood Sworn. What can you tell us about the new album?
Well, I got to tell you, it's a rather very happy thing that we did. The whole thing is really, I wanted to approach this record in a new way, but an old way. I mean, I got Dean Rispler to produce, my buddy from the Dictators, who I love the guy, one of my best friends. And we were talking about doing it, and he goes, well, we're going to have to do an old school record. We want an old school record, foundations of power metal, kind of thing that really made you. We want you to just be yourself in the studio. We want organic sounds. We don't want hyped up computer drum bullshit that you hear on every record, auto-tune, all that crap that just is taking the heart out of music. And we said, okay. I said, I'm totally down for it. My band's down. We were tight as can be going into the studio. And just in December, we went in and we just cranked it out. And I mean, Dean just got the best out of me, got the best out of the band, out of LaPond, out of Lance. And we just had a wonderful experience recording it. Got Mark to sing the basis of all his tracks. Of 13 tracks, and then when he went home, Mark went home, and I bought him a real sophisticated thing, and he recorded a lot of his vocals at home. He did it himself, and the whole thing really just from start to finish really worked out really well.
I want to take a second to say thanks to Dean, who really kind of helped to set this up with you and everything. I got to meet Dean at Gamey Radio, and he just such an immediately nice guy, by the way.
He's the best. He's truly one of the greatest human beings on this planet. I mean,
I have to tell you, he said those almost exact same words about you, just so you know. Yeah.
Dean really is he's a doll. I mean, I don't know what to say about him. He's just been one of the most supportive, intelligent, truthful, talented. I mean, there's nothing he can't do. I mean, he's just one of those guys that has been in my court. He's been supportive. I mean, and he's like, when it came to the record and the pre-production and working.
Which he did a great job. He did a great job, by the way. He's a good producer too.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he really is. I mean, he had me harmonize everything I played, anything that walked that I could harmonize. I harmonized.
Anyway,
And,
so shout out to Dean.
yeah.
Go ahead, George. I know you had a couple more questions there.
Sure. Well, I wanted to know where you came upon Mark Lopes. How did you hook up with him?
Yeah. Okay, so after the second Keep It True, like 3 years ago, after the whole thing exploded again, because I was a special surprise guest, and my band was, these three kids from my neighborhood here, Mike Katoya, Lance Barnwald, and Kevin. So, I said, all right. So then all of a sudden that happened. The place went berserk. Then my agent wanted to, how you doing? He booked 50 shows.
Mm-hmm.
50 shows. I go, okay, boys, it's time to tour. And they go, we don't want to tour. Okay. I said, so you're metal musicians and you don't want to tour Europe.
Yeah. Okay. Makes
I mean,
not much sense.
You're a metal musician. You don't want to tour in Europe. I go, okay, alrighty. So I said, what should I do? Should I listen to these guys, listen to the kids, or just listen to El Jefe?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, guys, you're sacked. You're fired. I'm sorry, but I'm going out.
With or without
I ain't
you?
getting any. I'm going out. Thank you very much for your service. I love you all, but so immediately called Mike LaPond, who's amazing, like the best bass player in the world.
He just has an album out recently too.
And that's right. And then I called Rhino, and I called the first thing for singing. The most critical thing is a singer in my. So this guy was in my best friend John Rupp's band. He came and opened two of the Ross the Boss shows with the old lineup, and this guy Mark Lopes just came down to be a guest, to sing 2 songs. I think he sang "Fast as a Shark," and so this guy Mark Lopes came in out and sang some songs, and I was like, whoa! I said, this guy has an amazing voice.
Did he do the big scream at the beginning of Fast as a Shark?
What's that?
Did he do the big scream at the beginning of Fast as a Shark?
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. He really impressed me twice. 2 shows he impressed me really twice, and I go to my friends, this guy's for real, huh? And because he really had stage presence, he was dynamic. The crowd loved him, and it was like, I like this guy. I really like him. So he was the first guy called. So there's Mark Lopes. I think the best things I ever did.
Is this the same band that you played Wacken with last year?
Yes, but this on drums. See, Rhino became another knucklehead, and Rhino said, "Oh, I gotta get a job, or I gotta get a job down far." I said, I just can't. I said, well, dude, you have to be able to support yourself when you're not playing music.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Listen, everybody has stuff to do. So he goes, I can't play Wacken. So I said, all right. So I called Lance back up. I said, Lance, I rescinded you, because he's actually my adopted nephew. So I taught him how to play guitar. He plays, So basically that was the deal. So I called Lance back up. We did Wacken with Lance, and they said, Lance, I go, we got to record a record. And Lance lives 3 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
I go, for the first time I had a band actually that lived near me. So Mike's in New Jersey. I'm here. Lance is here. I mean, Mark is in either Boston or LA. So that's fine. Mark didn't have to be here for the rehearsing. But
Right.
so I said, Lance, I want you to play on the record. Do you think you can do it? He goes, I know I can do it. He goes, so we were able to practice like 3-4 times a week. 3, 4, 5 times a week right here at my batting cage right here. I have a weight room.
Mm-hmm.
I into a rehearsal place, and we got so much work done. I mean, it was great.
I saw you guys play at Wacken last year, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't know that you guys were doing an all Manowar set, and so when you guys started playing these songs, I literally lost my mind. I'm generally a pretty stoic guy at a show. I'm like. But right. I was like tears streaming down my face. I'm like, doing all the making all the crazy faces, doing the sign of the hammer. I literally lost my shit at this set. You guys were amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody that was with me was like, "Who is this crazy guy?" This is not how I behave. So that says something to me about what kind of set you played.
Right.
I was just going to say, do you have any interesting stories from Wacken last year?
Yeah, what's it like from an artist perspective? That's a good question.
Everybody, they really take good care of you. I mean, we were playing main stage, so they really, really take care of you. They make a picture for you, an illustration. We had a Ross the Boss cake in our dressing room. And the crew was their dolls, man. You know, you have everything is set for you. You know, and it's just a first class operation, Bob. There's so many people there, and so much money, and I mean, so much goodwill to the people and the van, and you know, because we just did the Wacken cruise. You see my shirt?
Yeah.
Yep.
Metal cruise.
Right on.
We just did it a couple of weeks ago, and they, you know, because we obviously made an impression on them. They invited us on their cruise, but it was a lot of fun to play. A lot of fun. Just
cool.
So many cool people. I mean, really.
Yeah, it was my first time going, and I just couldn't believe. You know, I mean, it's so huge compared to anything we have here in America, and you know, just all the different people from all around the world that come here, and they're just all getting along and playing metal and listening to metal, and it's like utopia.
There was 90,000 people that day.
Yeah, it was nuts.
90 people. It was just I never saw it. I mean, it was amazing, and then it was 120 the next day. It was more.
Yeah,
crazy.
Every day it just kept getting bigger and bigger. I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. Until the next day, and I was like, oh my god, there's even more.
But you'd know better than. Go ahead.
Luckily, it didn't rain. It rained once before we went on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it blasted once. It was like whoa, and then it stopped.
Yeah, I remember because I took my poncho off to listen to you guys because it had been raining during like the opening ceremony thing where they were doing the cover songs and Dora was there and all that. It was pouring down then.
I know.
But yeah.
Do you feel? I mean, my perception, and I think it's a correct one. You'd know better than me, Ross. I mean, the reception of heavy metal in general in Europe is just much better than the States, isn't it? I mean, how is that for you when you do a tour over there and things like that?
It's night and day. I mean, first of all, Europeans outside this country, people have actual respect for musicians. You know, like respect. You know, they know who you are. I mean, they you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people have respect for musicians here, but not like in the way. It's not in the way, you know. Plus, it's their culture, especially the things that we talk about in our songs. It's their culture. A lot of it, you know, especially Germany, UK, you know, Norse countries, mm-hmm. You know. I mean, you know,
for sure.
Italy, Greece, especially Greece, all the warrior nations. I mean, you know,
yeah,
it's their culture, where our songs came from.
Yeah,
so they can definitely relate to where we're coming from.
I recall when we were there at Wacken that they mentioned that you had just been inducted into the Hall of Heavy Metal History. What was that like?
That started a year before that, January.
Mm-hmm.
At January last year.
Yeah.
And it's a new thing, and I was in the first class, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I got the call, and they said, "You're in the first class, Ross." You know, and it's just a tremendous honor. They just did the second one. I couldn't believe it, and on stage they gave me the Global Metal Ambassador Award right after the set. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I have a big award in my house, you know. And yeah, listen, it's great. I mean, to be recognized by my peers and
there were some people. Yeah, I went and looked at the website earlier, and you know, you had like Rudy Sarzo and Eddie Trunk and Wendy Dio and Mickey D and all these people there. I was like, wow.
Randy Rhoads. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
To be in there and with those guys, I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, I can't, you know. I mean, it wasn't wasn't
Here's
the
the
rock
thing, though.
whole game, but it was great. I mean, it's still going to be a great thing for heavy metal.
Yeah.
But I mean, internally, from you were looking outward at that. I mean, just so you know, you do fit in that class with us. For us, those of us who like you and grew up with you. I mean, I remember my first Manowar record was Into Glory Ride. I bought it, was on vacation with my parents, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? Like, and so. And I bought that when I was buying Iron Maiden records, dude. I mean, it would fit right in there. I didn't know the difference between you guys and them, and I still don't. I mean, you're an important part of metal history, so
Yeah.
That's worth internalizing. And it's nice of you to be humble about it.
Yeah. Yesterday, I was trying to figure out, where exactly, if I had like a list of all my favorite artists, metal artists of all time, where does Manowar fit in there? And you actually make number 5. But you're only behind Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, and Dio. So,
well, I consider that's quite an honor.
Yeah.
It truly is. I mean, I can't dispute that. I mean,
What got you into metal, Ross? What were some of your first early heavy metal experiences that when you were like, oh, I want to be part of this?
The whole metal thing. I mean, listen, when I started in the Dictators and
Sure.
had my record contract when I was like just 19 or something, and I had always been impressed. I started as a blues guitar player, which I basically am, blues rock guitar player, and my influences were, of course, B.B. King, the greatest guitar player in the world ever.
with you there.
And then Eric Clapton and Cream and the heavy bands and Led Zeppelin and that kind of stuff really. I mean, the English blues wave really, made me who I am. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, Peter Frampton and Peter Green and guys like that, and it really, that's what started me off. I mean, the blues and I just, my yearning for heavy, Pete Townsend, the yearning for heavy music. I didn't know it was heavy metal. I didn't realize the description of it, what it would have been. But when Black Sabbath started, that's what really. I mean, it pointed me to like that is really
That's where it's at.
And the Blue Oyster Cult was a big influence on me. That was my manager on the Dictators in Shakin' Street, and Buck Dharma was a huge influence. That first Blue Oyster Cult record,
Sure.
the very BOT record. When I heard him, I go, "This guy's fucking great," and that cinched it for me. I knew it. And then I wanted, in the Dictators and Dixielands, I was just always the heavy guitar player. And James Hetfield said you were always the heavy guy in the band, the guy that always wanted to play the heavy music.
Yeah.
And then Mark Mendoza joined the band for one album, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
I did know that. I just watched the Twisted Sister documentary, and that's mentioned in there.
He was, and me and him were just heavy musicians. And,
Does he live out in Queens? Do you live near him?
Well,
Is he
Long
Island?
Yeah. So
You still run into Mark sometimes?
occasionally, yeah, I talk to him. Yeah. So that's the deal. That was the deal with heavy music. It just became part of me.
So the new album starts off with the title track, and right away you can kind of tell that where Manowar got its sound. The guitar, it sounds. What I'm trying to say is, it sounds like you. And was that one of the first songs you wrote for the album?
I think so. We just had that riff Mike and I was working on. It just turned out to be the title track of the record. It has to be the lead off track. So we did it like that. I just had the riff, which is definitely reminiscent of Blood of My Enemies. So a lot of the haters, they go, "You ripped that whole thing off. You ripped the whole entire song."
Like, dude, you wrote it.
Show me where I ripped the entire song. Show me. Where did I rip the entire song off?
Yeah.
Not a chance. That would fail in court. That would fail in copyright court. I mean, yeah, people say ripping yourself. I said, wait a minute. If I'm ripping myself off, I mean, what is the problem with that?
Yeah.
It reminds me, I don't know if you remember this, but when John, what's his name, the guy from CC Creedence Clearwater, he doesn't own his Yeah, Fogerty. John Fogerty was once sued because he doesn't own his old songs, and he was sued for ripping himself off. I mean, it's just a joke, man. I mean, it makes no sense.
If I actually did did a full rip off, DeMeo would be suing me already. So.
So let me ask you this: how do you talk to Joey sometimes?
No.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if, from an outsider's perspective, I think I can understand why. There's so much more history that you have that I obviously don't know about. But yeah. Well, they're wrapping it up. I mean, what do you know about that? About them calling it a day? Because they've been so quiet about it.
I know that honestly, I know that Mr. Adams is not a happy camper.
Gotcha.
Do you still talk to him?
No, I talked to his son though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eric.
I
gave Eric Adams his name. Is
that right?
Fucking Adam.
His real name's like Lou or something like that?
Louis Murillo.
Yeah, because a friend of mine sent me a video of him, and he like does like hunting videos or something.
Yeah, he's got a hunting video, yep.
And I was like, what the hell is this?
They live up in Auburn, and they go hunting. He goes hunting, and he feeds his family with that meat.
Yeah.
He used to give me tons of venison to come home with, so...
Oh, yeah, right on.
It was just, my friend didn't tell me what it was. He's just like, watch this video. And it's like, blah, 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 with Lou so-and-so. And I'm like, okay. I'm watching, trying to figure out. And then he's like, wait a minute. That's Eric. Yep. Wild. So, yeah, one of the Manowar questions I had wanted to ask you is one that, as a fan, I've never really got an answer for it, and that was, why did you end up leaving the band originally? I've heard that you were asked to leave by Joey. Why?
Well, I'm just going to tell you what I mean, listen, we went through a phase that, like, we were kind of arguing with each other for a little bit, and he was telling me how to look when I did my interviews and what to wear and what not to wear, and he was really becoming absolutely ridiculous because I had seen all these journalists for the Dictators and Shakin' Street. I had made 4 major label records before Joey DeMeo was even in the music business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's micromanaging you.
Yeah. First of all, you don't know, and you don't tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're just not. We're partners, and you're not the boss of me.
Yeah.
That's just,
Quite literally, when your name is Ross the Boss, by the way, that should be obvious.
I said, what are you doing? I mean, it's like, and this guy, he got more and more like, I control everything. I control everything that anyone says, what everyone does, how everyone looks, what bands you like, this and that. Day by day became like more of a megalomaniac, and definitely wanted to control all the money, control, everything. And, I saw where it was going, and I didn't want to leave because we had just recorded Kings of Metal, but he felt it was the good time right before Kings of Metal, the most perfect time to get rid of his partner, right before the band's big record came out.
That's crazy. As far as I'm concerned, in the Book of Heavy Metal, the first 6 chapters are the first 6 Manowar albums. And
then the drop after is precipitous. By the way, it was, your absence was notable.
Yeah,
and we're not just buttering you up. I mean, that was a big deal.
Yeah, I like some of the albums that have come after, but none of them have had the same spirit and quality as the ones you were on.
Spirit had left.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking back at it, I was thinking I couldn't be in a band with him because he was just too,
Joey.
Yeah.
Just too Joey.
Controlling, too, not fun.
But that must have been hard for you to leave something you love so much.
Yes, and because I put so much work into it. First record contract with Curry, and I did all the heavy lifting, all the suffering, all the freaking, all that, and then, if can you imagine if I was still in the band when Kings of Metal came out?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine what that tour could have been?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Album, and next they got this guy David Schenkel, who he goes, who's the fastest guitar player in Chicago? Huh? He had this thing for fast. Everything had to be fast all of a sudden. Who's the fastest player in Chicago? David Schenkel. And so this kid, he gets someone in the band that has 0 musical experience to fill the second most important position in a heavy metal band.
Mm-hmm.
And And so he gets this kid, the guy that had no, really a nice guy, David Schenkel. He really is, you know. But you can't replace me, you know, world-class guitar player with someone that had nothing.
Yeah. Somebody who was really good at scales. Yeah, really. I mean, and that's not cool. I mean, there's a difference between delivering something with spirit and just somebody just, as you say, being able to play really fast.
Yeah,
which was kind of a disease at that time. You know, that was really running through the.
I mean, that bumblebee sound with that.
Yes.
Like, it sounds like a keyboard. It sounds there's no viciousness. There's no digging into the strings. There's no rock and roll. There's no blues. There's no soul. There's no nothing. It's just pure
technique.
Just which is meaningless to me.
Right.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
We're
on the same page. Yeah.
So back in 2005, you guys did that. What was that, Earthshaker, where all past and present members got together and played. What was that like for you?
Well, that was kind of nice. It was nice that happened. We were actually talking about a whole tour. Me doing a whole tour, but it kind of like got down to one show, and but it was nice to do that.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like there's any doorway open for doing anything in the future based on the way you were just talking. I mean, would you ever consider doing anything again?
I would consider doing anything with my friends if it could be worked out. I mean, you know, I just think that I'm in a better place now. You know, those guys, those two. I mean, Donnie's not even in the band anymore. He got ejected.
Really?
And we got a Brazilian drummer, and Joey's doing his spoken word tour soon. Spoken word tour, and then the dates in 2019. 2019. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just don't. You know, he had a show in Stuttgart which he canceled, and he canceled it and had all the tickets. And kept all the money, and they rescheduled it for 2019.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know, it's just shenanigans, and
not surprising though from an outsider's perspective. That's not super surprising. It got real quiet in the Manowar camp in the last couple of years, and as far as like press is concerned, and so I assume people were following solo.
It's not about music with him. It's just about I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm going to take a real weird left turn here, and I wanted to ask you how you got Orson Welles to do stuff for you guys. Did you get to meet him?
Yes.
Yeah. What was he like?
He was incredible. I mean, I had written this song, Dark Avenger, and there was this section that with the A minor and the D minor, and just the loping section that needed that. I said we sure could use a narration in there, away from the song, like just the narration about the Dark Avenger, and so who can we get? I mean, we thought of like James Earl Jones and Vincent Price and Bela Lugosi. I mean, if he wasn't alive, but a lot of all the guys with the big Pavarotti, maybe. I don't know, but he wasn't a baritone. But we wanted a guy with the deepest voice, and Orson Welles, that guy. I mean, so my Curry from EMI looked him up, looked up the manager, looked at where he lived. He lived in Las Vegas, and we got in touch with him, and he said he agreed to do it. And he was actually in town on the night of 1,000 Stars or 100 Stars at Radio City Music Hall. And it worked out perfectly. We rented Media Sound. We went up there and recorded. We recorded Dark Avenger, Defender, and the intro. That man.
That is the greatest show opener ever. I'm sorry. I get goosebumps every time I hear that.
Amazing. It is.
In fact, I'm flustered here. I was in the car yesterday listening to the new album on my way home from work, and this actually leads me into another question, but your new version of The Oath came on, And I actually took a picture. I had goosebumps all up and down my arm. I was just like, that song. And when you played it at Vaughan, I just about shit myself. I was,
Yeah.
So
Well, it got good.
the question that I wanted to lead into there was, how did you decide which Manowar songs to put on there? Each Dawn I Die, The Oath, and Hail and Kill.
Good question.
I just like those 3 songs. We've been playing them live, and I just thought that those 3 didn't get the right mixes on the original records.
Mm-hmm.
The Oath especially. I mean, that record is just guitarless. It's sans guitar. It's the bass record.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to hear the 3 songs with my touch to it, and I think the 3 of those songs really came out good, boy.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, based on my goosebumps.
I think they're almost over tipping Manowar. Dare I say so?
I think you dare.
Walking on sacred ground, I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just listen. The Oath came out really good.
So some of the new songs on the album have a bit of a punky feel. There seems to be a nice mix of like metal and punk snarl kind of going on. Is that like a nod back to the Dictators, or what is that?
No, not really. It's just a nod back to the rock and roll that I wrote with Manowar.
Mm-hmm.
Deftone and Shell Shock and Fast Taker and The Oath and so songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
Songs like.
Cool.
Well, I do want to know. Actually, I'm dying to know this. Ross, what do you use for equipment? What's your just a basic amp and guitar setup?
Well, I use now. I'm a supporter of Engel.
Oh, sure.
The Engel Powerball 2 is my new favorite amplifier in the world, and I don't use any effect pedals. That's one thing about me. That's my trademark through my whole career. I don't use anything. I just plug the guitar right into the amp, and that's how I do it. And the Powerball 2 is just an incredible amp. Just Powerball 2, 1 bottom, 2 bottoms, doesn't matter. That's it. And I have a brand new guitar. You want to see my brand new guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I have it here. It was made for me by this guy from Romania. His name is Christian Grosso, and the company is named Grossman Guitars. And it is really the best guitar. He's made me the best guitar I've ever had.
Oh, yeah, SG feel to it. Very cool, man.
Nice. It's pretty.
Oh, it's amazing. Strings through the body.
Yep, right on. What are the pickups? What are the pickups in there?
Or Tesla.
Tesla.
You ever hear of them? Tesla pickups?
I have. Yeah, I'm a player. I play.
Yeah, we both play. Well, but he's better.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean. Yeah. Beautiful, man. Damn.
That was really fun.
Nice.
It's wicked. You think?
Yeah, it's
Grossman. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Is Grossman is the name of it? All right, I'm gonna look him up.
Beautiful.
He's amazing, and I don't even know how much he would charge for something like this. But it's got like the Les Paul weight.
Mm-hmm.
Les Paul weight, just killer.
Oh, it's got the heft to it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yep. So that's my news.
So the song "Devil's Day," I was listening to that, and it kind of reminded me of like an old Alice Cooper vibe. Was do you hear that?
Yeah.
Are you an Alice Cooper fan?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Cool.
Did you ever have cause to run into him? Did you guys ever play a show near or in or around with him?
Really dear friends with his Dennis Dunaway.
Oh, right on.
Player, and he's in Blue Coop, my Albert Bouchard's group, and I was in the Brain Surgeons with Albert, and so Dennis is a good friend.
He's on Alice's new record. He did some stuff on it.
Yes.
Like he guessed it on it, I think. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I love Dennis. I love the old stuff. So
I meant to ask this question earlier, but the flow of things go where the flow of things goes. I was wondering if you could. I've heard this story before in press, but I was wondering if you could tell us the origin story for Manowar, like the whole we met on English ground, a backstage room, we heard the sound, all that. How did all that come about? Because that's like, that's like biblical in terms of Manowar.
Yeah. Well, I was in this band Shakin' Street. After the Dictators, I got a job. This band from Sandy Perlman found this band in Paris. It was on CBS France already, and they needed a guitar player. And the Dictators were like just recently on hiatus, and Sandy goes, "I have a guitar player, perfect for your band." So I get the call. Next morning, I'm at JFK, fly to Paris. Boom, boom, boom. Play 5 seconds, and I'm hired for Shakin' Street, and we make the record in San Francisco. Then I find myself where we're opening up for Black Sabbath in England. Black fucking Sabbath in England.
Yeah.
And oh my God. And Ronnie Dio. Like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I can't believe this is. So I'm standing there after we did a sound check, and Dio comes up to me and goes, "Hey Russ, man, hey man." I go, "I really love the Dictators, and I love the New York rock scene, and I love what you're doing. I love the way you play." I go, "Like you?" And he goes, "I think you should meet my friend. He's working with us on the crew. He's here. His name is Joey.
Mm-hmm.
You should seek him out. I think you guys would get along." And I go, "Okay." I like, "Yes, sir." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I seek Joey out, and we became friends. That's when he was nice, really nice. We were like, we started getting along. We started like, well, I like this band, and this is the way we should do it. And then, do you want to form a band? I'm looking to do something a little heavier than Shakin' Street. And he goes, "Yeah, man." And I go, "Let's do it." So the last show I played with Shakin' Street was Aloha Stadium in Hawaii. And after that, we went off the road, and we started writing songs, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is kind of history. But Ronnie Dio was the guy that actually is amazingly, and everything that he did introduced me to Joey, and
That's epic, actually, man. That's super cool. That's the hand of God right there.
Oh my God, Dio's had many things. It's unbelievable.
How did Eric come into the picture?
Eric came because Joey knew Eric from his hometown.
Okay.
He was a very well-known singer in Auburn, and once I heard him sing, I said, this guy's what a fucking voice this guy's got on him."
Mm-hmm.
All other things aside, because you've got history with those guys, I do have to say he's one of the top vocalists in metal history. Eric is incredible.
He's incredible, yeah. And back in his prime, he was just insane. It was insane.
Untouchable.
And Mark idolizes Eric, and really,
Mm-hmm.
really good. We love him, but nowadays, he doesn't sing the way he used to sing.
No,
Right.
he doesn't. No, it's not the same. How the fuck did you become Ross Funicello in the Dictators? That's the strangest name, dude.
That was a dirty trick pulled by my manager, Sandy Perlman. All the Dictators were Jewish kids from the Bronx, and we had to get. I said, "We can't use these names." I said, "These names suck, so we have to take different names." Yeah, I mean, Ross Friedman,
Right.
as a rock name, just doesn't get it. Richard Blum, get it, and it's like we got to do a little better than that. So it was like, Handsome Dick Manitoba, and then Sandy goes, "What about Annette Funicello? You get the fun, the Dictators, you get the fun, and you're part Italian anyway." And I go, "That sucks, man. How did that name? I hate that name. I hate it."
Where did Ross the Boss come from?
Yeah, how did we get to that?
Back in the day playing baseball, and my friends, they said, if you want to win, call Ross the Boss. He'll
Yeah.
Ross is the boss,
Okay. It works.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about one other former member of Manowar, Scott Columbus. I got to meet him once, and he was an incredibly nice and seemed like a really fun guy. I was wondering if you just had any Any good or funny stories about Scott from back in the day?
Well, Scott and I were like some of the best friends, and we really got along great with him. He was a great guy, and like when he called when I touched bases back with the first Roster Boss band, my German band, and I brought him out on the road with me. He played drums. I had like two drummers, and we were honored to have him. But he was so far gone on drugs and alcohol, and I could see that he wasn't long for this earth. But he did some great shows with us, and people were really glad to see him. But all my memories of him are really good. But at the end, it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry to hear that too. And his loss was a loss, and it was a surprise to me because I don't know how Scott was living his life at the time, and we didn't see it up close like you did.
Just couldn't get out of the drugs and alcohol, and
Yeah,
just couldn't rehabilitate himself. I told him he had so much to live for, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Getting back onto music, after having done this for so many years, where do you continue to pull inspiration from for new music?
Well, I pull inspiration from the fact that when I play, I get this feeling in my guts that this is what I was put on the planet to do. I'm still thrilled to play in front of people. I get that. I still get that feeling in my gut when I have to go on. I still get that rush of there's no word I can describe to you how it is to play in front of people. There's no rush. There's no. We just did a show in Melbourne last Saturday night, Australia. Did you see the pictures of it?
No, not yet.
You see this? I mean, we had.
Oh fucking hey, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd.
I mean, that was the first time any Manowar played Australia.
Oh, right on.
And they kind of saw the real deal.
The real deal, yeah. Yeah, no, hey man. Yeah.
They saw the punk rock stripped down version of Manowar. No solos, no speeches, no backing tapes, no nothing.
No bullshit.
No speeches.
We just destroyed them.
That's a good mention. No speeches. Those speeches, those are rough.
Oh, tell me about it. I had to endure one every single night. Don't you? And he knew how I felt about that, and he just did it. He just did it to piss me off.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Do you have a favorite Manowar album and/or song?
my favorite Manowar songs, like Each Dawn I Die, I think is one of the best ones I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really. Caballero said it's like the heaviest riff ever. I think he's one of the greatest riffs ever written.
Can't deny that.
I mean, it's high on. I mean, all the records. I mean, I think the first record I loved the most because it was the first one, and it took us such a hard time to get there, just to get the record contract, to get the equipment, to get everything up and running. And that fucking record was just unlike nothing that had ever been before.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to me that was what, 82, I think.
Yeah.
And what else was even like that at the time? How did you guys come up with this stuff? I mean, I know like the whole thrash thing was another year or so away. And it's just like, where did you guys pull this stuff from?
Well,
just kind
I
of
had
happened.
a lot of influence. I had Richard Wagner was a big influence. Thor, Marvel Comics, Conan the Barbarian. When we first saw that movie, really kind of cinched things for the band.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing. Yeah.
That's nice to know that those were some of the influences, because those are things that I think we identify. They give me a Manowar vibe, for sure.
Right. And I just thought that the band would be different. We didn't want to be like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, although they're very good and great.
Sure. Yeah.
If we looked the same, we'd just be the same.
Mm-hmm.
If we looked the same like everybody else, we'd be the same like everything else.
Yeah.
I thought that we should stick out we should do what everyone else is not doing, and we looked a little ridiculous at times.
I was going to say, what did you think of the loincloths?
Not a big fan. I don't think it aged well. Not a big fan. We did what we wanted to do. We did it our way.
Yeah.
We caught a lot of shit for it. I mean, we did.
But you really stood out from the pack, and I think that's what you said you were going for.
And you made a lot of fans for it too. I mean, that for everybody, for every one person who's,
we know that we would negate a lot of people, but we knew we'd get a lot,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not everyone was being more fan in this world.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But more than not, though. So.
When I was in high school, we had our group of metal fans, and then there was the subgroup of us that were the Manowar fans, and we were like the rabid, maniacal, just fanatical, about those early Manowar albums, and it was like a whole different subset.
It's like a genre. Actually, it's almost a genre unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a cult religion.
Yeah.
To this day, these people on Facebook, all they do is post pictures of my era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. No, that's a given.
No matter what, I mean, all these people are amazing, and they've become RTB fans. I mean, but more and more Manowar fans are becoming my fans too. So I think maybe has him worried a little.
Can I just want to give you a plug, Ross, but also have you talk about a little bit your show, the thing you're doing for Gimme Radio now. Can you kind of just tell people what you're doing?
Yeah. I was asked by Dean Rispler again. He was telling me about a new thing he has got going. It's called Gimme Radio. Now, Gimme Radio is an online metal 24 hours, music thing, and which you can also purchase vinyl from. And he asked me, would you like to do a show? I go, I've never done anything like that. I mean, he goes, you're perfect for it. He goes, okay. So what it is, it's Ross the Boss from the Cage. That's the name of my show.
Yeah.
And I record it right here, where exact spot where I am. We have a microphone into this said Macintosh, and I've been doing it. I'm waiting for Dean to get back from Bass Country to record 4 more shows. I need to do some new shows. But it's been fantastic. I mean, it's taught me a lot more about what music is going on, because I really don't listen to any of the any of this stuff. I just don't have time for it.
I was going to ask you if you were choosing stuff.
I with my own music.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, is the new record coming out on vinyl? Oh, sorry.
What's that?
Is the new record going to come out on vinyl? You mentioned vinyl, and we're vinyl guys. It is, okay.
It's out on vinyl. Let me show you. This is the record, the CD.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Nice.
This is the box.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I think we have badass art. I think this art is just insane. I think it's better than Manowar's art.
Who did the art?
It's killer.
Stan W. Decker of France.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, that's some good art.
Box set.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel really blessed. I think this new record is great. I think everyone did a great job on it. I think the playing is superb. I think the sound of it is superb. And I think that, I don't know, I got 3 solo records now.
Fuck yeah.
I like the look of that.
We Met a Leader, 2008. Hailstorm, 2010.
That's the best cover. That new cover is the best cover for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then the two Death Dealer records I did. Death Dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I know all that stuff. I even have Manitoba's Wild Kingdom on vinyl.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, so I mean, listen, I have output. I've put out 5 metal releases since 2008. How many did Joe put out? How many metal?
Actually, I don't know. Have there been? What has been?
There's
since
been, I don't know, 1 or 2. I honestly haven't kept up with it, for a while. So
it's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
They're resting on their laurels, man. They're not visible. I don't know what they're doing.
He's probably out of ideas. Because if he had the songs that I had, you'd hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're fucking hearing it.
Well, you're filling in the space, man.
I,
Yeah, and that's greatly appreciated.
I know you're playing at Prague Power in the fall. Are you doing any other American shows?
Yeah, we have 5 shows in June. Did you see the lyric video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Devil's Day?
Yeah, I actually I've seen it before, but I made a point of watching it again before we got on, just because I wanted to get as Ross the Boss up as I could before we started.
They're East Coast shows. They're so 627 New Bedford, The Vault, 628 Sellersville Theater, 629 Worcester, Maine, Ralph Steiner, 630 Syracuse Sharkies. That's where we shot the video, and 71 Teaneck, New York. Before we go Teaneck, New Jersey, before we go head off to Rock Horrors Festival in Barcelona. We have 2 festivals.
Oh,
We
nice.
have Valenstadt Rock Horrors and 7-6 Barcelona. It's huge rock fest. So
Awesome.
Sweet.
another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 shows coming up.
And by the way, there was a little American tour, in March.
Right.
And then you guys were over in Europe through April, and that's what got you to Australia, so on and so forth. I mean, you guys have been getting out there, man.
Yeah, man.
So if you get a chance, go out and check out one of these shows, because I can, from experience, say that you're going to like it.
Yeah, and we're expanding our repertoire has expanded greatly. People are asking me, are you going to do any of your first 2 solo records? I go, well, we might do. There's a couple that Mark really likes to sing. It all depends on him. I mean, the band could whip up. Steve Bowley is an incredible. My band. Let me just tell you about my band.
Mm-hmm.
My band is class A1 AAA world class, top of the line band. My band. I'll put it against anything that exists on this planet right now. I think Bowley's even better than Lance and Rhino, and then both Lance and Rhino are great drummers. Bowley is on top of the beat. It's just insane. He's incredible. His band is really. We were really good. We were fucking good. Then when Bowley came on, it's that extra bit of excellence that's in there, and we really enjoy playing together. And I'm having a great time with this. I really am. LePond is a sweetheart. I love the guy. Mark's great, dedicated, durable. Nothing can stop him. I have a warrior band. I have a band full of warriors and not warriors.
That is a very good saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I have another Vakken good one for you.
Yeah.
We were the only band. Our sound man, Renee, who's the 5th member of the band, was asked to turn it down at Vakken. Can you imagine that? The honor of being told he said he had it up to 108 decibels.
Wow.
You were there.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it was fucking loud.
But loud but good, right?
Oh yeah. No, I couldn't believe actually how good the sound was for everybody at Vakken. I don't know what maybe it's their sound system, but the sound over there sounds better than anything I hear over here. Over here, a lot of the stuff's muffled.
Stage, like the 80 sound woofers, bass woofers were right in front of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible, 80 of them.
Yeah.
It was so powerful, But we were asked to turn the honor, just the great honor of being told to turn it at the Metal Fest.
We need a Ross the Boss T-shirt that on the back says "Too loud for Vakken." That's got to be your tagline, man.
I'm gonna run that right now. Oh, by the way, did you know that we were? Fun fact, Ross the Boss. Fun fact. Wait, you're gonna check the media. I'm gonna run that soon. I just inspired myself.
I'll buy that.
So.
All right. Anything else, Jay?
No, I just want to say that this has been a blast. This is a real thrill for us, man. We've made that clear, and maybe sometimes in interviews we try not to do that. But with somebody like you, who's a big part of our teenage years, and we're a little long in the tooth now, so you've been a big part of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool for spending the time, Ross. We really appreciate it, man.
Listen, I'm highly recommended by Dean, and you guys have been great, and it's an honor to be on your show and sharing memories and fun facts.
Cool. I'm going to stay in touch with Dean for sure.
Yeah.
George said he has one more question, so let's get.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to know what's next for you musically speaking. I mean, obviously you've got shows coming up. You know, are you going to use this momentum and work on a new album, or what's going on?
Well, this momentum is just ongoing. It's not stopping. You know, the big tour, October, November in Europe. Since we were down in Australia, Stu's band Night Legion was opening for us from Death Dealer. So the third, believe it or not, a third Death Dealer record is going to happen.
Sweet.
And
Cool.
yeah, listen, I don't have a lot of work to do in that band. I just have to put my ideas in, my solos and stuff like that. And third Death Dealer, but the Ross the Boss band is the most important thing. Obviously, the most important thing for the label, for us. The momentum is definitely building. I mean, it's just that you can feel it. I mean, we charted at 53 in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
My record charted.
That's awesome, dude.
They consider it a hit record.
That's awesome.
Awesome, dude.
It's a hit record. So, eventually in my life, I'm going to do a blues record, and eventually.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. Eventually.
I like blues.
Hey, let me ask.
Have to find the right platform, the right singer.
And that ain't easy. You're at the cage, Ross. Who's your team?
Pardon?
Who's your baseball team? You're at the cage. I just want to know. I'm sorry.
The New York Mets, who are falling apart.
You're a Mets fan. All right. Okay.
The Mets are freaking falling apart.
Sorry.
Fire. They started fire. The Yankees started out like shit. Now the Yankees are freaking dominating, and the Mets look like they're the old Mets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're out of their own way now. So.
Yeah. I know how it feels. I'm an A's fan, so it's not. It's it can be difficult. Yeah. We'll just say bless you, man, and keep going. Don't stop. There are people out here listening.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to stop.
Thank you,
gentlemen.
Thank you so much for coming on. It has been truly an honor. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Ross.
All right, that was our interview with Ross the Boss. What an honor that was. That really checked one off the old bucket list for me, I tell you what. And now we're going to do a couple of roundtables here to fill things out a little. I'm going to let Will take off with the first one.
Yeah, so we were chatting at work today about like the best or the worst times when a band had a significant member change. So you could I'll use a rock and roll example. So when David Lee Roth left Van Halen and Sammy Hagar came in, did you think that was a positive or a negative? Wow. There are a gazillion examples in metal of where a significant member of a band was changed. And, we won't talk about Killswitch Engage, but Killswitch Engage changed singers. Like, did you like it or did you not like it? So you can just kind of go around and talk about different bands when a member changed, and did you like it or not, and was it a positive or negative?
All right. Who wants to start?
Well, I'm going to start on Will's behalf in that he named one of the most obvious ones that I happen to know he and I are on the same page about, which is when Cliff died, Metallica pretty much went into the shitter. And I really blame it on that exact thing. I think Cliff he brought this extra weird, bouncy, acidy soul to that band that truly was gone the minute he left. And I would include Injustice for All in that. It just doesn't have that funky weirdness he brought to the band. And I think it even took me a while to realize that was the problem. Mm-hmm. But that was the problem, And it's not just because he was an extremely unique bass player, which he was. So I think that's a grand example of key member going. They deferred to him. I think I mentioned this on the pod once before, but there's a book, the Master of Puppets book, and one of the writers in the book, because a million people wrote it, says that when they would come to an idea to the band, if the three of them would say no, and if Cliff said yes, then they would all say yes. they automatically did what Cliff wanted to do because they thought he was cool and he knew what was going on. So
yeah, and he was older, and I think they looked, well, not initially, but probably always looked up to him. I mean, he was sort of the unofficial behind the scenes band leader for sure.
Mm-hmm. And well, the hell, they moved a whole few hundred miles just to get him in the band.
Right.
Yeah. So
because they were originally from LA.
So that's a great example, I think, of a massive change with this. Does
anyone dare disagree that Metallica was worse off without Cliff?
Jason.
Or sorry,
about it.
Yeah. Sorry, I mixed that up. But
No, you got it. But I think actually I take that back. Even Jason Newsted would probably say the same thing that we just said. Maybe even when he was still in the band. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
George, you said you had one that was kind of percolating.
Yeah. A great example of a band not being what it was with the original members or thereabouts would be Manowar. And when Ross the Boss left after the 6th album, they were never the same.
I'm glad you feel that way, George, because we're mutual fans of that band. But my interest pretty much drops off after he left. In all honesty.
I like a couple of the albums afterwards, but they're nothing like the first 6 albums.
Yeah, what they did with him. Oh, that's a great example, for sure.
I got one that's on the positive side where I think things were, I don't know if they were better, but they were equally as good. How about when Dio joined Black Sabbath?
That's a good one.
Dude, we can go Dio all day long, though. How about when Dio left Rainbow?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's interesting you brought that one up because there was that caused a lot of debate today at work. Is that people were just like, there is no Dio without Oz, or there's no Black Sabbath without Ozzy. Like Dio did not exist. It wasn't Black Sabbath anymore. And I was like, look, it was still Black Sabbath, but man, some of the stuff that they wrote when Dio was there was amazing.
I think it's one of the few. Amazing. It's one of the few examples, and Bon Scott to Brian Johnson would be another one in which the band just kind of maintained a level of greatness. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think of the 2 albums that came out before Heaven and Hell. I'm going to go ahead and say anyone that argues that Black Sabbath wasn't the same, I'd say, yeah, those 2 albums, Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die, are not very good. At least in my opinion, they're not. So I think they changed for the better, at least for 2 more albums.
Good point. No, that's a great point, John.
And it's an interesting time because I'm trying to think about the time period. Like, what year was it that did the music change? Because you're getting out of that, the late 70s, early 80s era. And I'm completely probably messing up my dates, but there was a significant change in the musical style in those times where Black Sabbath started just getting really weird. But then the 80s came in, you had all this, early thrash and stuff. And it's just like, I think just Black Sabbath it was a fortuitous time for Black Sabbath to change their sound. And it happened. It coincided with when Dio came in, but Dio also, I think, rose the level because, I mean, everyone knows, quite frankly, there's a reason why Ozzy left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Read that. You guys should read that Mick Wall book. And basically, they'd all just disappeared up their own asses in cocaine bags for years. Honestly, I didn't realize how long Iommi was stuck on cocaine, and it was all through the Dio era and stuff. But Dio always leaves interesting ashes in his wake, if you ask me, because like one of my favorite runs of records, which is to say consecutive records, would be his work with Rainbow, Black Sabbath, and Dio. Like, I mean, across 3 bands, he made just like 6 to 8 killer records. And who replaced him in Rainbow? Was it Joe Lynn Turner or
Joe Lynn Turner was not? No, Graham Bonnet.
Yeah. And I don't like Graham Bonnet, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I thought, that's a grand example of him leaving a band that went, I thought, kind of down the tubes. And though I do like the Joe Lynn Turner stuff.
We are actually forgetting one last piece of this. Ozzy got better when he left Black Sabbath because then he put out Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman.
That's very true. Very good point.
There is this weird incestuous relationship that we could talk about for hours here that exists between basically Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, White Snake, and like the amount of guys who've been in all 3 of those bands is like incredible.
Deep Snake.
But then also leaving to join, like Dio fronting, 2 of them. Ian Gillan fronting 2 of them. I mean, it's strange that the interrelationships in those 3 bands is startling.
How many versions did Glenn Hughes play with? Wasn't he also on one of the Iommi supposed Black Sabbath albums? But they were Iommi
Star
solo. I think 7th. Yeah.
Yeah. They even did a tour, and again, interesting part of the Mick Wall book. You should read it. That's right. I'd forgotten about that. Incidentally, he's out doing a tour right now of just classic Deep Purple songs, but I think he's not getting anywhere near any of us. But also, by the way, that's a tough one. Ian Gillan is the most Okay, actually, let's use Ian Gillan. They had a singer before him.
Rod Evans.
The Hush guy.
So talk about a band taking off like a 747 once they added a new member, or lost an old member, as it were.
Well, as Will mentioned before we started, but I don't think he said yet, Cannibal Corpse really sucked a big fat one until Corpse Grinder came along.
So this is another one that people debated at work, because there's some people, you can say that Cannibal Corpse had great albums. Obviously, Cannibal Corpse had great albums before Corpse Grinder came in on vinyl. But if for me personally, if you compare lead singer Chris Barnes, who just had this like unintelligible low tone gutter growl, and then you compare that with Corpse Grinder, who is still extremely, in the lower range guttural depth, but he can actually
enunciate.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's the perfect word to not be able to get, by the way.
Yes.
He had a bad, what's the word I'm looking for? He had a bad vocabulary, that's it.
You could actually enunciate. You could. There was a certain point you can actually like, oh, that's what he's saying there.
There's a little mea culpa in the Brian Slagle book where he says, where they say, looking back, what are the things he talks about, his regrets or his mistakes, and one of them he felt was telling Cannibal Corpse, under no circumstances should you change singers. Basically, bad idea, guys. He tried to talk him out of it.
Well, I mean, if you look at their history, I mean, they were just flying high with
not true.
Chris Barnes. It just became a situation of not wanting to evolve. Weirdly enough, Cannibal Corpse did evolve and being too much of the prima donna. I mean, I think that's what it came down to. Chris Barnes thought he was, the absolute leader of the band, and he didn't want to change the way things were. And the rest of the guys were like, we want to change. So pack your bags, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Another one that was okay to start, but then got so much better, Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yep.
Matt, did you have one? We're just like throwing shit out here and haven't given you a chance to speak.
To be honest,
yet.
George, that I had two, and that was one of them. Kind of I feel like there are some people that would debate, and it would probably be a small group, but feeling like Paul Di'Anno was a better singer. I don't think anybody.
I've met people that think that.
I don't think anybody would debate the change that came later on. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head.
Blaze Bailey.
Blaze, thank you. Yeah. And then, but then going back to Bruce. But I feel like, from my standpoint, that was a great change.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of people I know who are Paul fans and wish Paul was still. One of them is Steve Jones, the brewer at Oliver Ales up in Baltimore.
Well, let's be clear about it, and this would include us, even though I don't think any of us agree with that notion. It's usually old fucks, guys that were like, they had Killers and they had the first one. They were like, they deeply identified with what was happening, and then they changed it on them, so.
It's funny you say that, because my buddy Steve, who is English, by the way, is an old fuck.
Perfect. Oh, even better, English old fuck, for sure.
He doesn't listen to this podcast, so.
He was there. This was my band, and then what happened, kind of thing, so.
They take it one step further with Maiden. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but what about Adrian Smith joining first? I mean, I think the sound, the guitar attack, not completely changed, but it got a much better sound.
Mm-hmm.
So Maiden was kind of a work in progress. And if you want to go even further, go to the Peace of Mind with Nico joining. I mean, it took them 3 albums to get where they wanted to go.
Well, let's even go a little bit further than that and say Martin Birch joining on the second record. You know what I mean? Like Martin Birch was so important to that band for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 records, whatever it was.
Yeah. Let's go even further than that and say when Yannick. Just kidding.
We're gonna get down to this.
Well, the acrobatics got much better in the band when Yannick joined.
Oh God.
Is he like half their age, or is he old dude too?
He's old.
I think he's old. Okay. He was in some other. I want to say new wave British heavy metal band, and then I think he was associated with Bruce for a while.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's on Bruce's solo records, isn't he?
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ironic. There's another weird incestuous back and forth that kind of got strange for a while.
I have 2 drummer ones real quick.
Sure.
One of them is not as big, but I think it is, being a former drummer, and one is not a metal band, but I'm going to say it anyway because I have to. I thought Priest's sound completely changed when Scott Travis joined the band. And for that matter, when Les Binks left the band,
You're a big defender of Scott Travis on a regular basis. I appreciate that. I think that's
why? But why did you just say it's not a metal band?
I have a second one after this.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say
Judas Priest is not metal.
Hey, that's how fucking metal John is.
Well, according to Brett Hines, they're not metal.
Snap.
You got to see this one coming from me, being a big Rush fan. But let's be honest, when Neil Peart joined Rush, they changed completely.
Yeah, it was tragic.
I once, I'm sure you know this, John, but I once, I think it's in the documentary Sam Dunn did about them. It might have been something I read. But even in like 2016 or 15 or whatever, they still referred to him as the new guy.
Yeah, he joked. I think that I can't remember which one that is. I don't know if it's the last tour, or if it's the Time Machine one where he says, "Yeah, they affectionately refer to me as the new guy," and then they show Alex and Getty and like, "Well, the new guy's giving us input again," or something like that.
Yeah.
Christ. What was your other one there? Did we get to it already on our own? Or?
Oh, I was going to say
gonna be
Rob Halford.
Halford.
Switching to God, I can't think of that guy's name either.
Ripper.
Ripper. The one thing I would say about like Paul Di'Anno, and the same with Chris Barnes in Cannibal Corpse, is I do appreciate them for what they were in those times. I mean, I do like the first two Maiden albums, but it is just with Bruce. Whereas with Blaze Bayley, I would say I don't really care for much that went on in that time period, nor do I care much for the Tim Ripper Owens stuff either. So
the difference for me is Ripper was an awesome singer. It's just he came in with not such great music, unfortunately.
I actually think of him as being one of the hard luck cases in the metal world, in that that with that talent, and I do like the Ice Earth stuff, but he never really got a fair shake. If he had just gotten into a little bit of a better band or something, he'd be a guy we'd never shut up about,
George, I got one for you.
Okay.
Not to cut. I'm sorry, I'm cutting everyone off here.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on Candlemass?
Well, let me tell you about Candlemass.
No, let's do it, George, because I think we have similar feelings.
Two singer changes, that I think
3,
were both
4.
Well, no, of the main ones that are worth mentioning.
So there's the first album, and I don't even know who sang on that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But he was good. I liked
it.
Good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Messiah came along and was the greatest. And then some guy I don't know came along.
And then Rob Lowe.
And then Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe? That's not his name, is it?
It actually is. It's just Robert Lowe.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, wow, I never... I was like, Rob Lowe's in a metal band?
I bet you there are some people call him Rob.
That's probably why he goes by Robert.
That band's played a little bit too much musical chairs for me, because I do like the Rob Lowe stuff, and it's like they kind of managed to capture my heart again. And then, so I haven't really spent any time with the new guy. I'm just kind of fatigued at this point. Yeah,
well, we saw him at Death Fest. I guess, was that last year?
Wow. Last year, yeah.
Wow. Wasn't a fan. I wasn't.
Also, I thought King of the Grey Islands was like their heaven and hell, man. It was like for them to have kind of come back at that strength, and that record is so heavy. With Robert Lowe, that was great. I have kind of a nice little space in my heart for those records, the Rob Lowe ones.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I probably bothered you with it before, but
I like him too. I like him because I like his other band, Solitude Aeternus.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. The Maiden one, that's pretty damn important. I mean, that's probably one of the grandest examples. Deep Purple is an interesting one because I actually thought the transition to David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes was actually pretty good, and they were coming in after God. You know what I mean? Like, dude.
Okay. What about Lombardo leaving Slayer?
I was a little heartbroken.
The first time.
Yeah.
The first. I was a little heartbroken because they were so near and dear to me as a child, as it were.
Yeah, me too.
So it was kind of rough. I wasn't too cool with that. As to quality,
I'm not, and John being a former drummer, he could probably cue into this stuff more than I can, but I didn't notice a difference in really the drumming, but I just noticed a difference in like the kind of like the aggressiveness of the band, I guess. I don't know. It just felt like things were different.
Well, you guys are bigger Slayer fans. Was it also attitude too? Because Lombardo brings a certain kind of attitude when he plays.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't necessarily the drumming. It was just more of like the overall feel of the albums. I thought were just not quite there.
Let's face it, Will, the workplace culture changed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you see what Jeff's wearing today? Yeah, and Jeff would be another one, by the way, because boy, they couldn't have replaced him better. In all honesty, Gary Holt is a madman. I think.
Yeah, you can't complain.
Right.
Yeah, you can't complain.
Yeah, I will say the first couple times I saw, not a couple times, I think the first time that I saw Gary Holt play in Slayer, it was definitely not the same. I mean, I just don't think he knew the songs as well. Sure. The second time I saw them, the second and third time I saw them, you didn't know. It seems bad because it seems like you're bad mouthing Jeff, but you didn't notice as much of a difference. The first time I saw a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
The second and third time, it was not a big difference. Which, by the way, I just found out that I may have to miss Slayer when they come around here on June 10th because my wife will be out of town.
You need to tell her to get back in town pronto.
She's always out of town.
Well, they did announce the second leg, though, too. Well, the second leg didn't get near you guys?
Well, John and I are going. We were going to be with Will, who was apparently ditching us.
Well, I have permission to get a babysitter. So I had to get a babysitter to go to Atlas the other night when there was when Pseudo God from Russia was playing. I had to get a baby. That's when I was meeting up with Phil.
How did you set that one up? We would like to play your brewery.
You know what?
We come to your country. We play brewery.
It's funny.
By the way, you know where our White House is?
The funny thing is when I have to go around working at the brewery and I'm coordinating some stuff, and I had to go and ask one of the guys in Pseudo God, like what color lights do you want? Like, how do you want the lights tonight when you play? And he didn't answer, but someone else answered for him. He's like, look, he doesn't speak English very well. I said, like, lights, Krasny. And then, like, because I used to speak some Russian, and Krasny, like, Krasny Plosha, I think is, not Plosha, but something is, Plasha is red square. Krasny is red. So I'm like, he's like, you're Krasny. He's like, yes, Krasny. And he made fun of my pronunciation, but basically we figured it out that he wanted red lights.
All right.
from my basic crappy Russian, and that was the only. Yeah. No, those boys did not speak much English.
So going back to the big four here, one that really was a vast difference for me. Anthrax?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Exodus.
No. Oh, yeah, that too. Well, no, we'll get to that after. Anthrax, when Joey left. Well, okay, when Neil Turbin left, good thing. He sucked.
I like that record, though.
Wait, who's Neil Turbin?
He was the guy on Fistful of Metal.
Fistful of Metal.
Oh, yeah.
Then Joey came along and made everything wonderful. And then John Bush came along, made everything terrible again.
You know what's interesting? I think part of it is that, and this is my 2 cents, I think this is a kind of like a psychological groupthink going on. Anthrax's music changed dramatically when John Bush got in the band.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's so because the change happened because they wanted to change styles. That's why they got rid of Joey.
Right, but it also, so you change styles and you change singers at the same time. So people are thinking like, no, Anthrax started to suck when Joey left. Like, no, Anthrax just started to suck.
Yeah.
And if Joey's in the band, but if you look at it in a weird sort of way, so I've gone back and I've listened to a few of the, like, the Sound of White Noise and some of the other Anthrax records. That the last 2 Anthrax records, Worship Music and Kings, For All Kings.
Which is better than you admit it is, but go ahead.
No. Like, so I thought Worship Music was good, but I don't think it ever gets close to, like, any of the older stuff. When,
like Among the Living.
Among the Living and all that stuff. Like, Spraying the Disease. And all. They don't come close to it. But I think what it was is, like, I think their music still stayed kind of the same, but people felt this familiarity that Joey is back.
Mm-hmm.
And because,
sure.
Because Worship Music was written for John Bush to sing.
No, it wasn't.
It was written for the other Dan somebody. Or
they recorded it with this guy and then kicked him out.
Right. Well, all right. Whatever.
But fair enough.
The point stands. The point stands is that it was written for someone else, but then Joey came in and sang it, and it was good, but like it's nowhere near the old Anthrax stuff. And then For All Kings, I thought was crap.
Nah, that was awesome.
No, I know you thought it was awesome.
It is awesome. You know, I actually put it on the other day, George, and I thought of you.
Yeah.
And I was like, there are two smart people in this world, but
And I'm both of them.
Well, my point being is that I think people had this like overexcited. They got overexcited because Joey was back, but I don't think the music got that much better than the John Bush era.
Joey just makes it.
Right. I think
but also
he is. I think
he sounds better than
familiar.
he did nowadays. I think he's.
But John Bush is a great singer.
Yes, and I wanted to say that while I hated John Bush with Anthrax, I do like John Bush as a singer, and I like him with Armored Saint. It was not a good match for me.
Yeah, I don't think you like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was like this groupthink psychological thing more than anything else than the actual quality of the music. Like sometimes you can tell the quality of music is terrible when Cliff left, Metallica got terrible. And
but I also think
terrible.
The kind of elephant in the room on the Anthrax thing to me is that they were really kind of trying to get in
To the grunge.
little bit to the grunge. That's what they were trying to latch onto that a little bit and just somehow milk it. And that was a huge mistake. That never fucking works.
Yeah.
You know, Machine Head is another good example.
What's interesting is a lot of these things you talk about, like I was in 6th grade when I heard Sound of White Noise, and that was my first introduction to Anthrax, as was And Justice for All for Metallica. So while I thought they were these great albums, I had to kind of retroactively figure out that like, oh shit, like this is Metallica. And by that point with Metallica, I was like neck deep in the Black Album thinking like, this is amazing.
It is amazing.
God. And then to look back and be like, oh shit, there's like 3, 4 albums in front of that. And then to go back and realize that the Anthrax previous to Sound of White Noise was nothing at all like Sound of White Noise. Well, I liked the sound of Sound of White Noise. I'm saying the word sound too many times. It certainly was not Anthrax, you know. It was just a different band.
Yeah.
No, but that's such a valid point because I was on a metal forum and I'm not on for years now, but and it was a bunch of people who were clearly younger than me, and they would be talking about their favorite Exodus or Anthrax record, and I never shamed them, but I was always like, fucking really? You know what I mean? But I mean, that's how it is. That's how it is when you're a certain age, because I'm more than willing to admit that I think the first Black Sabbath record I had was Heaven and Hell. And while I knew of the existence of Ozzy and stuff, that was still like the first one I became deeply familiar with. And okay, granted, bad example, because that is an amazing record. But there was a whole bunch of history there that I didn't really, you know.
We sold our soul for rock and roll and Mob Rules on the same day. I was terribly confused.
I think I told you one time I bought, because let's all remember this was the old days too, when, you know, there was no internet to go to. After I got Number of the Beast, I found Killers, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I mean, like I was just like, this, I don't know, this isn't as good as the other one, you know.
Yeah,
so it is good. It is a good record. It's just
I learned.
Keep in mind, I was like 12.
Did anybody ever listen to Metal Shop Radio show back in the day?
Sure, I did. I had it in Arizona.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because like I talk about this thing and nobody knows what I'm talking about, and it was like Sunday nights at like 10 o'clock or something. They would do an hour metal show. And, you know, they'd have like a guest and they'd talk to them and they'd play some music. And at the end of the show, there was always like fresh metal or something. And they would play. That's where I learned about Overkill and Manowar and
I learned about
Testament.
A bunch of bands from that. Yeah, I used to listen and I would go to the record store thereafter, pick up whatever I'd heard, you know, if I liked it.
Yeah.
I learned about Accept that way. I heard something of Balls to the Wall on there, and I was like, and probably wasn't Balls to the Wall, but I was like, I got to get this fucking record.
That's
George,
where I
were
learned.
you in Michigan at the time?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where I learned about Cliff Burton dying. And, you know, it was like, maybe it was like 11 or something. It was past my bedtime. And so I'd put on my Walkman and get in bed and like put the covers up and listen. And I remember distinctly, you know, September, whatever, 1986, sitting there in bed and they're like, you know, and Cliff Burton has died. And I just sat there and like rolled over and cried. I was like, weird. Oh my God.
Oh.
Were you doing yourself some massive Dutch ovens with the covers that you had, or what were you doing?
Yeah, my eyes are tearing up.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, that's rough. So let's. How about Ozzy then? Let's talk about the death of Randy Rhoads. I mean,
I missed that by a couple years.
Well, no, but I'm just talking about the impact on the.
Well, I mean,
to me, the chasm between Diary of a Madman and Bark at the Moon is almost
infinite, almost.
And
Yeah,
yet, Bark
almost
at the
like-
Moon is my favorite album.
It's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
But that's because that's the one I started with. Is my Sound of White Noise, if you will.
So Jay, you bring that up, but I actually remember when Randy Rhoads died, and I had tickets to see Ozzy a few months afterwards. Yeah, after he died, so I had just missed seeing him in concert. I got Brad Gillis from Night Ranger,
Yeah,
who's
no,
actually a very good guitarist, but
Yeah, he's on Speak of the Devil.
it's just
Yeah.
it was weird to see him out there, knowing what had happened. You know,
Well, it's funny. I don't know that this will make you feel any better, John, but I actually have a DVD from that tour, and it's with Brad Gillis. They didn't make one with Randy, but there's. I wanted that. That record is so fucking close to my heart, that I wanted a video of the tour, so I have the DVD. It's called. I think that's actually called Speak of the Devil too, believe it or not. But Brad Gillis is on that Speak of the Devil, in which Ozzy goes back and does all the old Sabbath stuff. Which is actually a pretty good record, believe it or not.
I saw Night Ranger a few years back, and they played Crazy Train.
did they really?
Because
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is funny.
So I have a difficult one to answer, but there have been a few changes here and there in this band. How about Megadeth? Mm-hmm. that. If anyone's wondering, that was sarcasm. Yes.
We should have a contest in which we try to figure out. We could only do it in person. We couldn't do it with the internet and privacy. But what band has had the most members? You know what I mean? Like if you could come with that on the top of your head, then we could see who was right.
Oh,
Megadeth would be a
Megadeth, Iced Earth has got to be up there.
Hey, George, this is a good segue. George, what are you drinking?
60 Minute.
All right. Dad of Northern Darkness.
I have got Veneration by Three Sheeps.
By 3 sheets? What?
Three Sheeps.
Bah.
Like
Veneration.
sheep? Like SHEEP?
Yeah.
Like
From Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Sheboygan. I know somebody from Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
I got relatives in Sheboygan.
That's
Sheboygan.
just fun to Sheboygan's just fun to say.
Probably one of my
It
favorite
is.
words. Seriously.
There's a lot of towns in Wisconsin that are fun to say.
Yeah.
Especially if you say one's Wisconsin accent.
There's a couple in Pennsylvania that are right near each other one's called Intercourse, one's called Blue Balls, one's called Middlesex. They're all they're all really close to each other. It's really bizarre.
Where is it?
In Pennsylvania, like Amish country, Pennsylvania.
I like it even better than it's Amish country. It probably means a whole different thing to them. All those terms, they're like, that's about cows. I mean, I'm not. Mine's in the fridge, but that's because I just had a huge burrito.
Of course you did.
So
California breeder concern.
I did. I ate right before we started.
Do you eat anything else besides burritos?
I wouldn't blame you if you thought I didn't, but I do. I eat a lot of different stuff besides burritos. But I don't know.
Is it the giant, thick,
You got it too.
throbbing blue?
Totally the shape.
Vader,
I like
yes, shape. You just love putting it in your mouth.
Yeah, you got it. There you go. If you squeeze it,
He will come.
Stuff comes out.
the beans come out. It's a. Oh man, there's this place by
So
me.
you put
John.
extra sour cream, right?
When Jeff. There's this place by me. Oh fuck, it's so good.
It's interesting you guys should be talking this way because I'm drinking a beer called Man Juice right now from Knee Deep Brewing.
I saw that on Untapped. I was what the
Yes.
Isn't that brewery in Anacostia?
It might be that their name is Knee Deep. So
Can I take a little left turn?
knees, Man Juice and Anacostia, featuring Will Cook in the glory hole.
Since we're off the topic right now, and I think possibly either segueing to the news or another roundtable.
Well, I actually wanted to
let's
I wanted to do Exodus before we veered too far away because
Well, okay. Well, I'm just going to
Exodus is
say.
an excellent example.
I'd say we'll go back and get Exodus, but I just wanted to say, how about those hockey teams, boys?
The Flyers
really?
are out
I didn't
to
see what
fuck
happened.
themselves.
we lost last night. It's 2-2 now.
Yeah. Oh, 2-2.
But-
We're at 2-2.
Talking about
I,
Penguins Capitals.
Yeah, but Jay,
George, you know you're gonna. You guys lose every year to the Penguins. I don't know why you get your hopes up.
I know.
Every Washington team goes out in the first round of the playoffs. It's a rule.
Yeah, well, we're in the second
Well,
round now.
We're in the second round now. Yeah. So they broke that rule.
Yeah. Well, occasionally we get to second round, but then we lose. But Jay, you
You
got to
lose.
beat Vegas. They cannot get a cup their first year. That's not happening. Probably is happening, but
No, don't be so sure. We're 2-2 as well, and they're in untried territory right now, and I mean, obviously all those guys are
Talking about
veterans.
the San Jose Sharks versus the Golden Knights.
Yes,
Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, we beat the shit out of them the other night, but I mean, they've also beat the shit out of us too. So we'll see. But I agree with you, George, 100%. I just would hate to see that happen. But
Yeah.
they learned a lot from that expansion draft. I'll tell you that right now. They're going to do it different next time. Like seriously, the owners are going to be like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, look what they got: James Neal, Fleury, William Karlsson is amazing. I mean, that's a big. Anyway, Exodus.
So, talk about.
I think this one's hard, if you ask me.
Well, okay, Paul Bailoff was awesome. Yeah, but he was only there for one album. But that album's classic. I will always love it, even though his singing was kind of horrible. It was kind of awesome too.
Yeah.
But then we got Zetro, and I really loved Zetro too. And I was very disappointed when he left. And Rob Dukes, is that his name?
I liked him,
Joined,
believe it or not.
and he was okay too. I mean, it wasn't Exodus for me anymore, because it was just they got way heavier and it just was different, but it was still good music.
I like him, and because my favorite late era Exodus album is Shovel-Headed Kill Machine.
Yep,
God,
That's a good album.
such a good record. And well, Zetro's back now, though. I mean, how's that sit with you, George? Did you like those records they put out with him?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put out two new ones?
The first one, I think I like the first one better than the second one, but and I liked his Hatred albums. But
Yeah,
kids.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, so again today at work we were talking about this, and Exodus was one of the ones I came up with that to me it's positive and negatives, but it's positive and negatives because obviously I grew up with Pleasures of the Flesh and
I bet
early
you
album.
Did. Well, grew up in Nevada.
And Toxic Waltz and all that stuff. But I think after Toxic Waltz, it kind of started to fall off a little bit.
Impact was
But
imminent.
then, it just wasn't quite the same. And Steve Zetro Zuza, he has a very distinct voice that if you didn't grow up on that, if you heard it for the first time now, you may be like, holy crap, like this guy is this is terrible.
You know who he reminds me of vaguely, not even necessarily tone-wise, but just being a good bad singer is Bobby Blitz or whatever from Overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's talented in his lyricals, but his pitch of his voice is weird. And again, I'm a huge Overkill fan, but if I didn't grow up on Overkill and I heard that today, I may be like, skip.
He sounds like Brian Johnson doing thrash.
Yeah, kind of.
Old used up Brian Johnson.
But when Rob Dukes came in, and it sounded like completely different. It sounded like a completely different band, but I really enjoyed every single album that Rob Dukes is on. When they said, Zetro was coming back, I was sort of like, I'm kind of used to it. I'm kind of digging this new Exodus. Like, don't change it. Don't mess it up. And then Zetro came back, and then it's like, oh, sounds familiar again. And they kind of kept some of the heaviness there. Because I agree with you, George. They sounded like a new band. Like, they sound like a different heavy band. But I loved it. So it was like, to me, I'm emotionally all over the place with this one.
Well, let just stand as a testament to the music we love and how much we love it, because you form those kind of attachments, man.
Well, since you brought up Testament.
It is a testament too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what changed. Like the drummers changed, the guitar player changed.
Bass player.
You can't.
Giorgio was in it for a while.
Yeah.
I guess he's still in.
What's his name? James Murphy.
Yep, he was in it for a while. But even Chuck Billy, same singer, but changed his vocal styles for a couple albums. Went to like the pretty hard death metal vocals, which I really enjoyed those albums.
Yeah.
And then Hogland.
But then he started incorporating it, like half of the quasi clean singing, harsher singing with the death metal singing, and then it kind of started moving further and further away from it. And then this last album, they just started talking about gambling and pot.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
That's Chuck.
Hope they figure that shit out and fix that.
That's Chuck. That's totally Chuck. He's a monster pothead, man.
Yeah.
All right, now I think we can transition to the other thing I wanted to talk about, which was what was your first. Originally, I was going to say what was your first band shirt, but then I wanted to say metal band shirt because my first band shirt was an artist by the name of Michael Jackson.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was black, but it was puffy and glittery.
Wow.
Michael Jackson.
What, are you describing him or the T-shirt?
The shirt. This was in 1983.
In 1983, Slayer was producing albums. Like, why were you wearing fucking Michael Jackson?
Because I was slow.
What? Why am I getting upset by this? This is the same guy who spends a half an hour on the podcast telling us about Lady Gaga concerts and Madonna concerts. Like, why am I surprised by this?
Yeah, why are you surprised? Okay, but my first metal T-shirt was
Jay Giles Band?
No, but that'd have been cool. Was Peace Sells But Who's Buying, and it was a white T-shirt because I didn't fully grasp the concept yet.
Sure.
He's wearing black shirts when it's hot.
No. Hey, you're an innovator, George. Just look at it that way.
I had to mail order it, and when it came, my mom got the mail, figured out what it was, and wouldn't let me have it.
I have a mail order story. I ordered a bunch of Slayer T-shirts. I would have been in the 8th grade or 7th grade or something. And and it took 3 to 6 weeks. Like everything took 3 to 6 weeks then. And right, and I got them, and I would come home and be like, "My package come," and my mom would be like, "No, what the fuck is in this package? You're so excited about." And we opened it. Well, I'll finish quickly, but I opened it, and it was a Slayer Haunting the Chapel T-shirt and a Slayer Slatonic Wehrmacht T-shirt.
Nice, I like that one.
And my mom goes, no more. And my mom was super liberal. She was super liberal, but she was like, "Are you serious, dude?"
I wanted to ask if anybody had ever used Metal Disc mail order.
I don't remember.
No.
I can tell you this. I ordered these out of the back of Hip Parade or something, but I don't know what.
Yeah, because they advertised in the back of the music magazines, and you could send away for a catalog, and it was like one of those like Xeroxed thrown together piece of crap catalogs, and it had like everything you'd ever heard of that you could never find in the store, and so I would order some stuff out of there, and that's where I got my shirt.
So I'm not sure what my first one, to be perfectly honest. The one I do remember buying a Kiss T-shirt that said "If it's too loud, you're too old," which was white, George.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I lived in a small town, and so like I would either have to go to Spencer Gifts in like the mall, which was like an hour away from my house, or I would go to like when we had like a carnival or something in town, because you could actually like win a Def Leppard Pyromania T-shirt. That was like
Yeah, I won like a what was it, like Guns N' Roses mirror or something.
But it was, and they were like crappy, you know what I mean? They were not nice shirts, But I think one of my early ones was a Screaming for Vengeance T-shirt. Probably that was probably pretty early. I'm not sure if I could remember my first one for sure, but those crossed my mind as very, very early shirts that I had. Screaming for Vengeance and the Kiss one. Do you remember what yours was?
I'm pretty sure mine. I had my first metal show that I went to, which has to be the first concert teacher I bought. Is I had an Anthrax Ozzy shirt. I think it was an Anthrax shirt with the Ozzy tour on. It had the tour dates on the back, and had the Knot Man on a skateboard on the front. And I'm pretty sure, but I do remember having when I was 3rd grade or something. I had a Motley Crue T-shirt, which is sort of metal-ish.
If it was Shout at the Devil.
It was. I definitely remember going to Jamesway. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that store. It's kind of like a Kmart kind of thing. I went to Jamesway and I bought the Shout at the Devil cassette. And my mom was sort of looking at me, who was born and raised Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic, but I'm like, I want this. And my mom was always exceptionally cool about all that stuff. Like one time I went to church, Catholic church, when I was a young boy, wearing my Anthrax T-shirt. My mom was like, "Yeah, whatever."
Huh? Yeah. But see, you could say to your mom that "Mom, it's Shout at the Devil. It's cool."
Yes. Yeah. Because the devil's bad. Like, Yeah.
I saw the
Yeah, I
shot
don't
at the
mean
Devil album cover, and I thought Vince Neil was one hot woman.
Yeah, like the hot chicken striper.
Is that still in your spank bank?
Luckily, no.
I'm so confused. John, I don't suppose you remember what yours was.
Oh, I do. And just a little tidbit for you, George. For those of us who go even further back, a lot of concert T-shirts were white back then.
Good.
However, they were slightly different for my age group, being just a few years. We had the softball concert T-shirts, which would be all white with the black or blue or red sleeves, not full length. They were capri sleeves, so they came to like the middle of your arm.
Capri.
So my first one.
That way.
I remember seeing like
first-
Van Halen shirts like that, and Judas
I got a
Priest.
few of those now. They came back.
pretty
I've
sure
got
I
a
had,
picture story one of them.
I've got my first two. My first one, which I don't know where it is, and I'm sorely disappointed about it, but it was from the Mob Rules tour. I got it at the show for Sabbath. And then the next one, which also was a capri sleeve, softball shirt, was Screaming for Vengeance with Priest. Those were my first two ones.
God,
I had a rainbow streak between the eyes. My mom just looked at me and just shook her head. I was like, "Nah, it's really cool. The guitar's coming through his head." And she just again shook her head at me.
That's okay. So John had the coolest answer so far, just to make that clear.
Yeah, it just reminds me, like, now that you say that, John, like, I definitely remember, like, that they used to be white with like red or blue sleeves.
Or black sometimes.
Yeah. It just
I can picture Screaming for Vengeance that way easy. I didn't have it, but I know.
I got one more that'll fully embarrass me, but with all concession here, I looked slightly different when I was younger. But I did go to the Pyromania tour, and they did sell the Union Jack shorts.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, being a drummer, I thought,
That's
tell you,
great.
man,
Oh God,
I'm doing this. Then I
That,
got home and I was like, they don't fit.
that,
I was
that's a
stuck with
guts.
these things. I think at some point later on when I was in college, I got caught with them on my head drunk or something like that. I don't know. So
Sure, like you do. That is epic, dude. Wow, you had a pair of the fucking Union Jack shorts.
now it would kill to have those things to say, look, they'd be like this big next to my body.
I
Dude, he
would
basically-
absolutely kill to see some of those pictures.
Oh, me too. He started a trend, man. In America, there was a while where you go into Spencer Gifts or whatever the cool rock store was, and they had all kinds of flags all of a sudden and sleeveless T-shirts and.
So yeah, if you're younger and you don't know what Spencer Gifts was, it was quite the eclectic store of like rock shirts and like drug paraphernalia and vibrators or something. At least the one where I was, near my house. It's just
You
this
get
weird
a lot of strobe lights and like all the weird lights, and remember that like the black light velvet.
black posters.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I was gonna say like 4,000 posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go there. I would go to the mall about once every couple of months because we lived kind of far from it, and I would go to the record store, and then I'd go to Spencer Gifts, go through the posters, go through the T-shirts, and they also started selling 3x5 actual photographs from concerts that people took, and I would go and usually buy a couple of those, go home with my little goodie bag, sit in the back of the car, and just stare at the shit I bought all the way home.
Do you guys remember how you looked at posters? How you would?
Yeah, this thing. Yeah, like
like
the newspapers in the library.
See, Jay would know what this means. If you go to Amoeba Records, you walk in and you hear this like clapping sound almost, and you don't know what it is, and it's everyone sifting through the CDs and they're whacking each other because they're in these hard plastic cases. Well, when you used to go to these stores back in the early 80s, mid 80s, you looked at posters, they were in these gigantic like casings almost, and you thought you were cool when you make one go real slow and try to go fast, and they would all just start slapping against each other. Simple pleasures when you're 14, so.
For sure, and I bought many a poster there.
Tons.
Oh yeah, I bought a. Remember this? Hey, remember this one? Samantha Fox. I bought a Samantha Fox poster. There.
Stop.
Everyone remember Samantha Fox? And well, come on.
That reminds me of a joke Steve Martin used to say that Farrah Fawcett is so stuck up. She has never called me once, and after the hours I held up her poster with one hand.
So speaking of posters, did you guys try to wallpaper your rooms?
I
when you were
literally,
kids?
Yes.
you know me. I don't do
Yes.
anything like, let's put one or two up. I literally covered every square inch of my walls
So did I.
and front and back of my door, like floor to ceiling. And I was eyeing my ceiling at that point, going, "What can I do up here?"
You
I
guys,
used to do this weird thing where you know how when you got like a CD or record and then it's all in plastic and then they would put the sticker on top of the plastic that covered the CD, like the shrink wrap or whatever covered the CD, and it would it would be the sticker like either parental advisory sticker or it would be Anthrax new album featuring the song War, Cry of the Indians or something like that, and so like I would cut those little tiny stickers out and I would tape them onto my stereo.
Nice.
oh, wow.
I would go like to the nth degree.
My doors and actually like all the
Your drawers?
my doors and the spaces in the room where posters couldn't fit, I would go through my metal magazines and cut out the pictures and make collages. And basically, my door was just like a giant collage. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. And
I'm searching my phone right now. Go ahead, George. But I have a picture of my walls, believe it or not.
Yeah.
From 1982. I'll show it to you in a second.
and
Go ahead.
yeah, so it wasn't just posters. It was like full page out of a magazine, or like even like a quarter of a page. I just like, hey, there's worst they can see. Cut them out, stick them up.
Yeah, me too. I probably put whole articles up there. I'd cut out 2 pages from Hit Parader just on the wall, man. And I had this massive Judas Priest poster. Go ahead.
Well, we should get Matt's shirt while we're
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, I grew up in Duluth, Minnesota, and I wouldn't describe my appearance as stereotypically conservative, but my theory is that, needless to say, they were very conservative about music. And my theory is that it was probably around the same time with the Judas Priest lawsuit with the suicide. And I feel like Ozzy had one too, and I felt like they just were super concerned that I was going to be one of those victims if I listened to that stuff. So it was like anything I brought home or tried to listen to, they were just freaking out. So the first 2 shirts I actually got, I was at Spencer Gifts, was Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. And I brought them home, and the Alice in Chains one was the cover of Dirt. And my mom looked at it and she said, "Well, you can see her breast, so that shirt's going away."
That's out.
And then
You're like, but she's dead.
yeah, exactly. She's just in the dirt. It's just
She's
a
buried
drawing.
in the dirt. She's dead.
Right.
That helps.
And then the Soundgarden one had some words on the back and a circle and then a smoking gun. And I was like, there's nothing bad about this. And they read into it, and it's like Satan Oscillate by Metallic Sonature. Imagine that. I can actually remember it to this day.
Wait, say that again?
Satan Oscillate my Metallic Sonature. So basically like Satan danced to our music. And they're like, nope, that one's going too. So I'm 0 for 2. My third shirt, which was actually my first metal shirt, was Metallica, based off of the Black album, just the faces and tour dates on the back. Which bummed me out too, because I was really a huge fan of the art.
That's the one your parents really threw the fuck out.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was very much into
music. Get out of here.
Yeah, no shit. But I was very much into like the artwork around the time period of Justice. I can't think of the name of the artist, but it was very.
It's Pusshead.
Yes, thank you. I just love that art, but there was too many skulls, and of course skulls were not cool in the Stewart household. So it's like, all right, whatever.
And I love the Pusshead stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So not to interrupt, at least slightly here, but I just want to show you guys something real quick. I didn't even know. I just got a hold of these not too long ago. Somebody sent them to me, like they were. But this is my room.
Oh,
That's the walls of my room. See the big huge Judas Priest poster, and then that's my cat. And then there's the other. That's the other corner of the room. Those are all like Iron Maiden. That's my room, dude. I mean, that's the door. And then just
parents are clearly not worried about the resale value of the house.
oh yeah.
Actually, I think those were load-bearing pictures, Will.
Hey, Will, you would have been proud of me. I had my half of the wall, besides being metal posters and rock posters and stuff, with St. Pauli girl posters, with the girl with the like 8 beers in each hand.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Huge tracts of land.
When my parents went to sell the house, the realtor, who happened to be my vice principal, had to come over and spackle in all the pinholes in my wall, and he's just up there spackling and looking at me like, because, there's a million holes.
You know, did he also say, I think I can help you get rid of this semen smell?
When you said spackle, like he's spackling over
I did
spackle that was on the walls.
I did have a party there.
This guy really likes Rob Halford. My God.
I had a party there with like several garbage cans full of empties that he walked into the next day and was like, okay, so the mailbox is missing. And like, what's all this? And he called my parents and I got in trouble.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
I got in trouble.
Because they had left they had moved to Pennsylvania already, and so I was staying in the house, and that didn't bode well. So.
Where in Pennsylvania? Wait, you lived in Pennsylvania?
They moved to Pennsylvania. I stayed in Michigan.
For how long?
8 years.
Like you were still in high school?
Yeah, I was still in high school, and I got my first apartment about 4 months before graduation.
Right on.
At which point I stopped going to school.
You were like the little matchstick girl, living by yourself, just trying to get by, making your dollars the hard way, one at a time.
Exactly. But I finished. I just didn't go for a while. So staying cool, kids. All right. So we're done with that now too, yeah?
Yeah. Let's move on to.
I have to say, and this is no slight on any guest we've had, but sometimes when we don't have a guest and we're just us, it's kind of fun.
Kind of fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of fun because we can just be ourselves and not worry about what our guest thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you get to learn that John had Union Jack shorts when he was a kid.
Yeah,
never would have come out if like when with Matt Sludge and
that
Moss.
never would have come out of the closet.
And George gets to have a couple hours beforehand where he's not climbing the walls, stressing his balls off. He's like, it's okay. It's just the guys.
That is not to say anything about our previous guests because we love interviewing guests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Matt was awesome.
Every now and again.
So I forward those photos to you guys because I really
that.
want you to spend some quality time looking at them. That was my world, and I could still tell you half those. Like if the ones you couldn't make out, I could tell you who they are. A lot of Judas Priest on those walls.
Where did you recently get these photos?
When they were in my brother's possession when he died, and I got him out of his stuff. I rifled through his shit. No, I had to go empty his apartment,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they were there. We shared a room, so.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, and there's another one too. If I can find it, this embarrassing one of me that I'm like pretending to be in a metal band and pointing at the camera, like at the little Instagram camera and trying to look as evil as I can, wearing a Pink Floyd The Wall t-shirt.
So nothing's changed. You're still pretending.
Yeah, that's basically what as soon as we get off tonight. I'm like, sweetheart, get the camera.
Yeah, he's just wearing a Dark Side of the Moon shirt now.
I'll be right
George,
back.
Is that you? You just sent a picture
That
of?
is me. That was right before said parents leaving. Oh, thumbs down. Fuck you. That's my evil. I'm wearing my Anthrax State of Euphoria shirt right there. That's my evil.
I'm not sure why this picture disturbs me.
Yeah, it was supposed to be disturbing. I was joking. It's like, "Arr." But it's kind of evil looking too.
You have hair and eyebrows.
Yeah, I look a little bit Charles Manson-y.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Dude, I mean, I've shown you guys a picture of me with long hair. I look like a girl.
You mean your mullet?
It was not a mullet.
That was a mullet. At least I had hair in front for a little while. Till it fell out.
Yeah, now you got none.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what the fuck song was I listening to today?
Are we supposed to guess?
No. Oh my God, there was a song.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
Well, if Jay was here, he would have guessed it. He'd have been like, Love Gun.
Oh my God, you were like, what was my first Kiss album? Like, oh, I got this one.
You're foreshadowing, hint, hint.
Yeah.
In his case, it's foreskinning.
Somebody just released an album, and I was listening to it, and the first song, and the first couple lyrics of the song is about something about being in an underpass.
Moving on.
Man, you
What are we-
sure?
What are we talking about? I missed that.
Somebody just released an album, some band, whatever. Just released an
Oh
album.
man, you're the guy I hate when he comes into the library. He's like, it's that there's a guy in the front. He's got a shirt. Pretty sure there's a dog in the story. You know what I'm talking about, right? Just came on.
Anyway,
So
I'll
helpful.
think about it, and I'll relay the story a little bit later.
All right. Well, then let's move.
I think I've seen this picture, George, but that's a good one. Especially like the little possessed kid behind you staring at the haunted picture back there. Is that you as well?
Let me see. Hold it. Get out of there.
Got the old school
No,
telephone.
that's my brother.
The state of Euphoria T-shirt.
Yep. That was either 1989 or early 90.
This is the kind of picture that they put on a CNN story, and they're like, and it's accompanied with a lot of quotes like this. He always seemed like such a nice guy. He kept to himself.
Yeah, I call it my
We
Charles
never thought-
Manson.
Never thought he'd pop.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and move on to the news then, of which there is not much. So we saw this one coming. Gibson filed for bankruptcy.
Yep.
So hopefully this means better things are to come. Sounds like they're getting rid of a lot of the useless crap that they were doing and trying
Robot guitars and robot tuners and all that shit's going.
and they're going
out
to
the door.
just focus on some instruments now, hopefully.
Yeah. Plus they own a bunch of other companies and stuff, but like I mentioned this before, but that guy is like a notorious douchebag. He's Glassdoor.com. If you ever want to read about him, that's where you talk about your employer, because he's just a real prick. And he doesn't care about guitars. He's
Cares about money, and he wasn't any
businessman.
good at that either.
Apparently, that's a good point, actually, George.
Yeah.
But an iconic brand. I mean, that's definitely metal news.
Yeah.
Gibson is.
I hope they can, find a way back from this.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So, Nevermore and Forbidden guitarist Tim Calvert died at age 52. I wasn't particularly familiar with him, but, obviously I know those bands.
Do you know what he died of? I have to admit the story completely.
I think
passed
it
me
was
by.
cancer.
Oh,
I thought it might have been ALS.
Oh, yeah, ALS. Well, yeah, that's what it was.
Wow.
I just knew it wasn't like a heart attack or something like that. Yeah, ALS, that's right. It was a very aggressive ALS, they said.
Lou Gehrig's disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Is that what Clive Burr had too? Did he have ALS? It was one of those degenerative things.
Yeah.
But,
Thought it was MS.
yeah, I think you're right, George.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Well, that's a
anyway,
tough one.
that kind of sucks. So, a tip of the hat, pour one out. And thanks for the music. This next one I put on here just for John.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up. Were any of you guys Forbidden fans?
Yeah, man. Forbidden Evil.
Casually, at best, myself.
I saw them on, I think it was the Forbidden Evil tour. Unless it was Twisted into Form. But they opened for Death Angel. And I saw them in Detroit at St. Andrews Hall.
Somewhere, I have to dig it out somewhere. I went on, in 1990, I went on a vacation, or 91. I went on a vacation with my father and went skiing out in Utah. And there's a picture of me, it's like lounging in an Adirondack chair or something like that in some high-end ski resort in Utah. And I have my Forbidden Twisted in the Form shirt on.
Yeah. I got that. I had that too. The first two albums are really awesome. I don't know if anybody other than Will knows them, but
I really don't, actually. I have to say they kind of... I mean, to be fair, and this is not being hard on them, but they were kind of a second-tier band. So they never really got on my radar very well.
That first album is amazing.
Yeah,
What's it called? Is it just self-titled?
Forbidden Evil.
Forbidden Evil, and then the second one was Twisted in the Form. They had like some EP in between there, and then they had some stuff that wasn't so great, and then
Yeah, I didn't listen after that.
yeah, 2010 they came out with Omega Wave, which was pretty good.
2010, interesting. Well, topical.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Guess we'll talk about that more later then, shall we?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, like I said, this next one was on here just so we could get Grumpy John. He's not even smiling. God, not even gonna smile at that. Fine,
Because I'm not grumpy actually.
but Glenn Tipton rejoined Priest on stage at some show that it doesn't even matter to us because it wasn't here.
Actually, I'll tell you something. It was here, and I didn't go. I wasn't there.
Double damn you, or double
I know.
dumbass on you. That's what it is.
He's actually come out for a lot of shows on this tour.
Yeah, I think it would be more relevant, George, to list the ones he hasn't come out on.
Yeah.
That would be the
Starting
Washington
with yours.
D.C. show.
Washington D.C. So our good friend TR, from all the, I wouldn't say hype, but all the praise we gave about the show, he flew down to Dallas to see them, and Tipton came out, and he, I guess it was a general mission show, and he was up front and got this amazing picture of them during the encore that I have to at some point get off my phone, but he said it was pretty cool to see him.
Damn you, TR!
Yeah.
Well, you'll get another chance if you want to catch this Judas Priest Deep Purple tour that's going to.
That doesn't come anywhere near here. Yeah,
Not
that
even
one.
near us.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think it's up in closest one is just in New Jersey somewhere, I think. So.
Can you hear that fucking dog barking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. This guy's dog just barks all day long, and when he starts, he starts. But
Hey,
So
yeah,
it's just
bark at the
I'll
moon.
tell you what,
On your mic?
I'll mute, and then when I want to talk, I'll unmute.
Whatevs.
Oh, he shut the fuck up. So
Of course he did.
It's
Yeah,
like when you have
fucking
kids.
his name's Charlie. My wife and I say this to each other like, fucking Charlie. His name's Charlie. He's a boxer that they just leave outside all the time.
Yeah, all right.
I may try to catch that tour, by the way, because I have to fully admit, I mention these guys a lot. I've never seen Deep Purple once.
I saw not real Deep Purple.
Was Ian with him, or?
I don't even. I mean, has there ever been? Obviously, Snake.
Jill and
Snake
Turner was
Dude.
with him. Jill and Turner was with him for a while.
Steve Morse was playing, and I don't think Joe was playing.
I think Ian Gillan's been present for all the Steve Morse years.
It was like late '90s.
Yeah, that's when I saw them. I think it was 98 I saw them.
Do you remember what record it was by any chance?
No, they were doing it was a 3-band tour. I think they toured with Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Dream Theater.
Oh,
It
really?
was not a strange bill, but I just didn't think that those 3 bands would tour together. And they were the headline, Deep Purple.
I call that a bit of a strange bill, to be perfectly honest. I think the Priest Deep Purple's slightly strange, but it's cool. I like both bands, so.
Yeah.
So the last 2 news items are upcoming albums. Skeleton Witch is going to be releasing their new album, Devouring Radiant Light, on July 20th.
Was there a pre-release of a track by any chance? I thought I
Yeah.
heard somebody saying they'd been listening. Was
This
it good?
week, I think.
Did anybody listen to it?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
All right.
Because I thought we all liked that EP with the new singer. I did. I thought it was good. I thought it was like one of the
Yeah,
better
it's,
things.
it's Adam from Wolfhammer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to look it up. I've been uncomputered for a week or so.
Yeah. And then this next one, I included it even though it's not metal.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's Clutch.
And it wasn't even me.
Clutch has tentatively set September as the release date for their new album, Book of Bad Decisions. It's an interesting
Say
title.
what you will. Say what you will about them, and I think we all like them more than Will imagines we do. Those guys do not fucking stop, dude. It's album, tour, album, tour. They just don't.
They're
take a
touring
break.
machines, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recording machines. They're really consistent in their output.
And they're from around here.
And I'll give them
Also-
this. They're one of the only hard rock metal bands that still plays the 930 Club.
Every year, right?
Every
around,
year.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, let's move on to new releases, of which there are many.
Week's new releases, yeah, they are. Spend your hard-earned money now.
And I want to say that there's a lot of new releases because, I moved a lot of the shit from my listening to list over to here. So you could not give me so much crap. I was like, hey, a lot of these things I'm listening to are new.
Perfect.
So my listening to list is actually about half as long as this list. So you're welcome. And I added one that is not on your guys' list because I forgot about it until this afternoon. And I haven't even mentioned this yet, but May the 4th be with you.
Everybody got you, buddy.
That's right.
I'm wearing my Millennium Falcon t-shirt.
Yep, it is May the 4th, which is the most holy of Star Wars days. And today, Galactic Empire released their new album, Episode 2. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's all over the place in terms of, there's like stuff from like the new movies. There's some Kylo Ren song, and so.
Was there a cliffhanger at the end?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's all over the place. But yeah, I know you're making a joke. I just didn't pick it up and run with it.
It's all right. It sounded like it was a pretty bad joke. So.
Yeah. All right, the next new release, Aura Noir, and their new album, Aura Noire.
Question mark.
Yeah, the band is, the album title has an E on the end, where the band name does not. This is the 6th album of this Norwegian black thrash band. And I know Matt was listening to this.
I was.
Mm-hmm. You like it?
I thought it was good, not great.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
All right, fair enough. I listened to it. It's about the same thing I thought. Was like, yeah, it's all right. It's kind of like Venom.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next one, Boss Colloid, and their new album, Melted on the Inch. Is it like Hedwig and the Angry Inch? It's their 4th album. They're a UK progressive sludge band. I really, really liked their last album. I like this one too. I think it's maybe not quite as heavy. It's a little more proggy than the last one. But it definitely sounded cool the one time that I got through it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a psychedelic flair to it. Also, it's got a lot going on. I thought it was all right when I listened to it. I didn't get a chance to give it a good listen. I was in a hotel room when I listened to it, so.
Mm-hmm. I
had never heard of him before, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was good.
Yeah.
I'd like to give some more time to it.
Yeah, me too. Next, Collapse of Light, Each Falling Step. John, what would you call this?
I tried to think about a good way to describe it, because I think when I mentioned to you guys, it's a doomy / funeral doom sound, but I think it could be also like Dead Can Dance meets Funeral Doom, because there are some female vocals, but the guys' harsh vocals are great. I actually like this album a lot. I've listened to it quite a bit, so I don't know if you guys have liked it or listened to it, but
I bought it. I like it.
It surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. So,
yeah, it's cool. Hey, next one, Cruachan, 9 Years of Blood. This is the 8th album from this Irish folk black metal band.
I'm not questioning it, but I've never heard that pronounced before, and it's not at all how I pictured it. But I think you're probably right.
I honestly don't know.
No,
I mean,
I think you did good.
Irish. It's Irish. It'd be Cruachan. I don't know. I can't.
Well, if it's Gaelic, it could be pronounced 180 degrees different than it's spelled too. So
yeah, who knows?
I'll have a Z in an accent or something. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. That's the guess that I'm gonna hazard. So, I like this. It's a little more folky than I thought they used to be. They used to be a little more. I don't know. Maybe they've always been folky. I bet they probably have. But it's a little more palatable to me now than it used to be. Let's put it that way.
I was not familiar with their older stuff, but I've just been a sucker for folk metal recently, and I found it was good listen.
Yeah.
Well, that Panopticon is having a very severe stranglehold on you, so you're gonna be. I mean, and that's a good thing. I just mean that's
Yeah. No, I only got through the album once, but I kept like going and like, because I was working at the time, and so I kept going and going, hey, that's kind of cool. Let me rewind that and play it again, and it was good, better than I expected. So next we have Ghastly Death Velour. Is that how you say that? I have no idea.
I think it's that. That's a good question. I thought it was Death Valor, but I was maybe just reading it so fast I was missing a letter.
It's an E, not an
I'm
A.
pretty sure it's Velour. Velour.
Velour.
Oh, interesting. Isn't that funny? No, it is, man. When I was a kid, there was a record called Death Before Dishonor, and for years, I don't know why I kept reading this title so fast. I was like, Death Before Dishnor? What the fuck does that mean? That's a true story. I think it was a TNT record or something, one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't own it.
TT Quick.
Yeah. TT Quick. I used to see it and advertised. I don't know what it sounds like. I never heard it.
Yeah, I always saw it advertised too, and I never heard it until a few years ago, and I was like, ooh, okay, it's a good reason I didn't hear it.
Yeah. But back to the case in point here, I like this record a lot.
Yeah, it's finished death metal.
Yeah.
It's their second album, and this is
Got a little Celtic Frost. This is kind of informed by Celtic Frost, I'd say a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe even a lot bit, but
yeah, I saw it. I don't know. Maybe I saw the promo for it first. I think I did, and I was like,
it was in the box.
Yeah, it's because I got the promo for it, and the album cover is really kind of cool. And so you see an album cover like that, you're like, I got to listen to that, and then I started listening to it, and I was like, wait, this doesn't suck. I mean, it is actually really good. So then I put it in the box, and then I bought it on Bandcamp when it came out.
Well, it's $20 spin, isn't it? Is that who put it out?
Is it?
Yeah, they have a pretty good track record.
It's a good one. I dig it.
I like it a lot too.
Yeah, they got some other band coming out in a couple of months that $20 spin. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. Snicker.
Yeah. Did you
look at Matt's T-shirt?
Oh yeah, that one.
At some point, I gotta tell you my story.
Might as well do it now.
Yeah, let her rip.
Well, I want to say this, that I do like the Ghastly record quite a bit. What was it? When Tuesday night. Tuesday night we had a show at Atlas. Kind of mentioned earlier, Pseudo God, a couple other bands, and Phil, the lead singer of Chemist, hit up George.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm in town. And you got Will's number because I want to go to the brewery."
Can I pause and interject my part here?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Well, I was going to wait.
You know the story better than I did.
I was going to wait till the end, but I'm in the car coming home from work, and I'm like, I got a text message, and I open it up, and it's like, hey, this is
fart. Like,
no, it's on vibrate. And I look at it, and it's this message from unknown number. And I was like, who's this? And he goes, hey, this is Phil from Chemist. And I'm like, clutching to my chest going, what? Out of the blue. And he's like, yeah, do you have Will's phone number? I was like, fuck yeah, I got Will's phone number. I was like, I guess I better tell Will. Anyway, carry on.
Well, why was he in town, did you say? Or maybe it's none of my business, but I just mean.
Like his regular job, his non-chemist.
Gotcha.
Vocalist, guitar playing.
Something
job.
really smart.
Yeah, actually, ridiculous. That's a whole nother conversation. But some things will remain private. But
not your junk, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we did end up in a can of Cassia at some point. But no. So Phil Pendergrass, from the lead singer and guitarist from Chemist, him and I just hung out at Atlas one night, Tuesday night. So whenever, basically about a week ago from the time you hear this, and just such a gracious guy. We just had a blast, just having a couple of beers and watching this insane metal show with Hellfire, Death Cult, Pseudo God, another band I cannot pronounce for the life of me, Umlaut Tumlut, or it almost sounds like something they made up in Star Wars. But yeah, he told me a lot about the new album. Which you're just gonna have to wait for the new album, but the new album sounds great, and just had a blast. So half of Chemist has been to Atlas Brew Works, Zach the drummer, and so Ben and Danny need to get their act together, and then get to Atlas. But yeah, we just had a great time. Just had a lot of sidebar, really interesting conversations.
They're starting to be. They're borderline the sort of official. I don't know how you want to call it. Like the official drink of the Olympics. They're sort of the official band of this podcast at this point. It seems we keep running into them. You know, nice guys.
One story, and I don't think Phil will mind if I tell this story. So I'll rewind. About a year ago, I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a Phillies fan. I was at a Phillies Nationals game, so here in DC, and I'm there with my neighbor, his kids, my kids, and all of a sudden I hear "Chemists Above the Water" on the loudspeakers in the stadium. Mm-hmm. And it's not like it was just like a blip or something. Like, it wasn't like one of those things like at a hockey game they're playing like, oh, we'll play a little bit of Crazy Train. Like, this was like a good 25% of the song played all the way through, including some of the vocals. And so I remember like getting on my phone and tweeting about like, oh my God, like and I tagged Chemist in it and everything. And people were like, oh yeah, that's probably, this whatever guy. The guy that Metal Chris just recently interviewed, Doolittle, Sean Doolittle, who's a metalhead.
I didn't know he was. He used to play.
Yeah. So he's a big metalhead. Anyway, so I'm talking to Phil on Tuesday night, and the night before he went to a Nats game. So he's in town. He's in Washington D.C. He went to a Nats game, and sure as shit, he didn't know anything about this before. Chemist Above the Water comes on the loudspeaker, and he goes like he is like freaking out internally. And this is his way he's describing. He's like, why is my voice and my band on a loudspeaker in the stadium full of like whatever, like 20-some thousand people? And he was like, it was the coolest thing because he got to hear it himself. Like, I've heard it. Thousands and thousands of other people heard it, but he actually heard it himself because it's Ryan Madsen, who used to be on the Phillies. He's a relief pitcher for the Nationals, and his walking in song is Chemist Above the Water. And so it was just like this cool thing that I experienced once and freaked out about, put it on Twitter. And then Phil himself, who his own voice, his own guitar tones, he's hearing at Nats Park when he's here in DC. And he was just explaining the story to me, like how like geeked out he was by that, but like at the same time how shy he was because he almost wanted to go over to the bullpen and like start talking to them like, hey, I'm the guy from Chemist, like that's my song, and like, but he's like, he didn't do it because he like, that may be a little weird, and then he's like, who's this crazy guy? Get him out of here!
He thinks he's in Chemist.
Security.
And I only tell the story because I think Phil would not mind me retelling this private story we had, because we had a very similar experience, and it was just fun to hear him tell that story, how excited he was when he heard his own band played and he was there when it happened. It was just really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I mean, yeah, I can only imagine how cool it must feel.
I bet that was that one moment he wished he had some merch they could set up right by the exit when the game was over and said, I'm that guy you heard for.
Yeah. All right, so back to the new releases. I spelled this one wrong, I see, and I didn't correct it. The new Isan album. I still don't know how to pronounce it. AMR.
Okay.
Amar. Sure. Amir.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That seemed like a good crack at it. Amir.
Seems like there ought to be an I in there. But anyway, Isan's 7th album came out today, and I'm not sure what to think of this one yet. I think I like it, but it's not a simple album to just put on and be like, wow. So I think I need a few more listens to understand where it falls in the rest of the catalog.
I will just say for the record that I don't dislike Isan. I just don't love it as much as you guys, and maybe just it's kind of out of my wheelhouse and it's different. I listen to whatever the minute and a half clips that iTunes gives you. This thing is all over the map. I mean, it is like it's
of all his records, it definitely is the one that crosses over the most genres without question. Yeah, I don't know. I've listened to it several times now because I ordered mine. I can't remember who put the record out.
Candlelight, probably.
But, yeah, I can't remember who I bought it from, but I think I told you I got mine like a week early. Mm-hmm. It came, I don't know, maybe it was Monday it came or Saturday, I can't remember, and I've been listening to it for a while, and while I like it more than I did when I first listened to it, it's requires a lot of patience, and you have to accept the fact that Isan's going to just be Isan.
Yep.
And I hate that expression, but in this case, it really is true. His love for pop music comes out without it being pop music. You can definitely tell it. So
What did I say? It sounded like it was like Pink Floyd and Asia had a baby.
yeah, through with
Yeah,
the little black metal thrown in here and there in different places. Yeah,
and I don't need to add my voice because I'm the one guy who hasn't heard it yet since I've been computer challenged until just today. So, but you guys have all been throwing up some very confusing comments into our ongoing thread. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I got to hear this thing.
if you're expecting,
we all like the last one a lot, you know.
Yeah, if you're expecting after, just throw that thought out of your head right now because you're not getting that, not even close.
Well, I just got it just now. So yeah, all right, we'll see. It's funny because there's a couple of our real standbys are throwing us some curves this year. I mean, I'm still feeling a little kind of walking away from the new Amorphous. That it's not thrilling me. He's a little too polished and happy or something.
It's about the same for me. I'm like,
okay.
I like it. I think it's good, but it's not going to be something I'm going to go to a million times. It's something that I'll listen to a couple times, or if I hear it, I'm going to like it. But
Fair enough.
What has a better chance of making your list? The new Isan or the new Amorphous?
I'd say they both have a good chance.
Okay.
The Amorphous is not. It's not bad. It's actually good. It's just we've heard this album now
Right.
7 albums in a row.
Yeah, but it's also it's a poppier, man. It's a little happier. It really is.
Well, they added the symphonics into it this time.
Yeah.
and then maybe that's why I'm.
And they didn't overdo it, but you're right, Jay. It's enough to be noticeable.
And they sing about bees.
A little shinier or more produced or something too. Which,
Queen bees.
I mean,
on
I
top
can
of that,
hear
George.
good songwriting in it. I can hear good. Actually, one of the ones that I've emotionally gone back and forth with for a while now, and I have reported that to you guys. I'm fully on board with New Primordial now, but you could accuse him of the same thing. You know what I mean? It's sort of like I'm not going to tell you that he completely recreated himself here, but he made a really good fucking record.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Primordial for me, and I mentioned as the last one, is like I really like it, and I'm not sure I'm supposed to like Primordial, but it you need to just tighten up the shot group a little bit. Just shorten some of the songs. Like it just kind of meanders for a while. I'm like, oh.
Well, he tends to he tends to start walking in a direction and just keeps walking in that direction for about 6 minutes. It's true. So,
Yeah.
But it's working for me. I don't know, something about the lyrical content of this one and a couple other things that's good.
Yeah,
it's a list
that's
for
bullshit. You can't read. Come on.
All right. So next up,
Sure, just let that hang there for a minute, and let's keep going.
a hanging. What do they call that? A hanging.
Chad.
Oh, that too. A dangling participle was the word that I was looking for.
Okay.
Anyway, next is one that I just kind of stumbled upon, and I don't know if anybody else has heard it, but Just Before Dawn released their third album, Tides of Blood. This band features Dave Ingram, formerly of Bolt Thrower, on vocals, and it's like Bolt Thrower. It's war metal, war death metal. I like it. I think it's good. I would expect Will probably likes it if he's heard it, but I'm guessing he hasn't.
No, I have not heard it. This has been probably the craziest, busiest week of my life. Trying
Me
to
too. Must be 7 in the air, man.
I know it's. I can honestly say only 4 things of this list that you have I've actually heard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just been well. It would help a little bit if you would send the script out, not just like 2 days before, but maybe like a week before.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying, give us a little time to.
I'll take some blame for that. It was because we were having a little trouble lining up the guests and everything.
but also because I had a busy as hell week, and it was all I could do to get everything. I mean, I didn't finish stuff until like this afternoon, so I was just working up to the last minute.
No list for you.
I almost didn't send it out till today's Friday, till Thursday. So it would have been one day. But I did. So anyway, Just Before Dawn. Next we have one. I don't know how the hell you say this. It's Greek. Negrito. I'm gonna go with that because it sounds like Star Wars. On May the 4th, it's pronounced Negrito, and the album is Flesh Torn, Spirit Pierced. It's the debut album from a Greek black metal band, and I like it.
Same.
Ditto.
Haven't listened yet.
My pronunciation was the same as well.
All right. At least if we're wrong together. All right. Since there are no more comments, we'll move on to Riot V, also Riot 5, or just Riot, really, honestly. This is the incarnation of the band Riot. After the passing of Mark Riali, longtime guitar player for Riot, they sort of changed speeds and I guess sort of went back to the Thundersteel era because the guy writing the songs wrote Thundersteel. And anyway, this is their second album in this incarnation. It's called Armor of Light. And I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I sort of double-taked on it when I listened to it because I was like, man, that sounds like Tony Moore singing. The guy who sang on Thundersteel, but it's not. It's some other guy. And it's pretty good. Has anybody else heard it?
I haven't heard it yet, no. But I will check it out. I they're one of those bands that I'll, not unlike you, George, I'll just keep an eye on them just to see because, you know, they did some cool things. And we're so far down the bloodline at this point in time that, you know.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting anything. In fact, I probably wasn't even going to listen to it. But I saw several people that I know and respect speaking well of it. And I was like, maybe I should check this out. And I did, and I was like, okay, I like it. Next up, I thought we might have covered this last time, but I guess we didn't. The Surprise Sleep album, The Sciences. It's their long-awaited fifth album, and I think they've done good.
Yeah, it's Sleep. There's this one really cool, which track is it? This sort of jazzy, weird one with just some really cool guitar solos on it and stuff. It's
judging by the look on Will's face, he's about to drop some nasty shit on us.
I just remembered what it was. The song Giza Butler.
Oh yeah,
great name.
The first whatever the stanza talks about something about in an overpass or under an overpass or something.
Oh shoot! Oh, you got it. All right, cool.
Giza Butler, which by the way. Is a great name
song
for a
title.
song.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Geezer, the legendary bass player for Black Sabbath. But does anyone know what Giza is?
That's in the Middle East. It's in like Egypt or some shit.
It's most definitely a pot reference on their part, I'm sure.
Giza is the location of where the big pyramids are in Egypt. Yeah.
Egypt.
It's just
But it's
just outside of Cairo.
If it wasn't for Sludge, it would be the best song title of the year so far. It's just such a good name for a song.
Sludge gets all the best song titles.
Just listen to the lyrics of Giza Butler, and I'm just so happy now that I just remembered what it was. But George, listen to it.
All right, I will.
I like it though. I think it's a good record. I mean, it's like any other Sleep thing. It's a bit of a test, because it really does go on for a long time, but it's cool. It sounds like they picked up where they left off to me.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I do wish it was probably a little bit more like Holy Mountain, where they kind of got to the point a little bit quicker. Sometimes like the opening track is like, okay, well, I'll listen to 5 minutes of whatever feedback and weird stuff, and then you get into the song.
So more like Dope Smoker, you're saying.
Well, kind of, but also remember that was the last thing they did together. So this is the long, slow road back from that hell. I mean, they just this is sort of the transitional, and it took them. Let's not forget, it took them however many years to get to it. You know what I mean? Their amps were probably warming up the whole time. That's how Sleep is. That's how slow these fuckers are.
Next, I hope none of you listen to this, but I put it on here before listening to it. The new Thou album, The House Primordial. It's their fourth album in like a million EPs. They were a Louisiana sludge band. I don't know what the fuck they are on this. They've been spending too much time with The Body. They've done some splits with The Body, and The Body fucking suck, if I may so boldly speak. And so does this. It really kind of sucks. It's like 37 minutes. I think they're listing it as an EP. Probably because there's very little song in there. It's just a lot of noise. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's a few parts that kind of got me excited, but for the most part, I was like, it's just freaking ambient noise, but not like ambient. It's like, you know.
So which parts got you excited? The cheeks or
The buttocks.
It's pronounced buttocks, but okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not throwing the recommendation on that one. But some of their previous stuff is good. Next up. Throssenblot.
What? You don't have your button? You don't have
I do. It's not. Goddamn phone shuts off after 2 minutes, and then I have to talk. You know, having any sort of spontaneous sound effects is.
do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, but
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What is the story behind this, George? Did you talk to Joel about it? When I say story behind it, I mean there you go.
There it is. Better late than never. I did talk to.
Did we know this was coming?
I didn't. But the story is that it's 2 songs that were on the vinyl, and so this is their digital release. It's 2-song EP called "Fires in Mist," which combines the 2 song titles, and they're 2 songs from. The vinyl version of Metathonia. And
Wait. So when you say that, because I have Metathonia, and I was late comer to that, and I think it's one of the greatest albums I ever listened to. But are there songs that are on the vinyl that are not on the digital release?
correct. These songs finally getting a release because they were bonus tracks on the vinyl.
Okay, but these are acoustic
versions of it. Yes,
Got it.
and they're beautiful. So, check that out. And then hopefully later this year we'll see a new album.
Have you talked to Joel?
I've talked to him at length about this, but that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, George!
So,
holding on to the scoops. It's like, you know what? You guys aren't cool enough to know that.
No.
I can appreciate that.
Until Joel tells me I can talk about anything, I ain't talking about it. So.
I see. It's out of respect.
Yes. I love Joel.
Yeah, no, that much is obvious. Shout it from the roof. You don't have to whisper it anymore, George. It's 2018.
I love Joel.
Shout it out. How do you?
Yeah, but no, I mean, he's announced as much on the Facebook that the album's being mixed, but you never know how long it's going to take. So hopefully this year. Moving on. Why are you laughing, Matt?
Because Will was performing. You just weren't looking at it.
Sorry, I moved it off the screen a little bit so I could see the script. What were you doing? Were you filleting the microphone?
Essentially, yes.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was not. I'm just warming up for my second job, my 5th job.
I had something in my throat.
Was it Will? All right, moving on. The new Thy Catafalque album, Geometria. It's the 8th album from this Hungarian avant-garde dude who is definitely avant-garde. John, you were listening to this earlier?
Kind of what?
Yeah, I listened to it.
And Matt, too, I think you might have been?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I only got through it once today, and I was distracted, so I wasn't paying all that much attention. It didn't seem very heavy.
There's a lot of heavy moments, but there's also a lot of folky kind of Hungarian moments, I guess you'd say.
Very. It's all in like Hungarian, I think.
But yeah, because it's also, and I think they are Hungarian folk kind of directions. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I thought it was all right.
Some of his earlier stuff is like folky, proggy, but also like heavy, and it's really good.
Some
so
heavy songs on there.
I'm sure I will revisit this to take a better look, or listen rather. 2 more. The new Verathron album, Patriarchs of Evil, 6th album of Greek black metal. I just happened to pod in this. I know they've been around a while, and I think the name probably caught my attention. And I feel like that happened the last time they put out an album. But anyway, it's black metal. It's worth checking out. So, did anybody else listen to that one?
I think I bought it.
Nice.
I have to go back and look. I have to go back and look at my Bandcamp page, but I'm pretty sure I bought this and I actually liked it. It's black metal that doesn't suck.
You're saying that a lot more often lately. I think you're going to have to come to our side soon.
No, there's a lot of black metal that just sucks.
It's a lot of
Well,
death
you know
metal that
what?
just sucks.
I know, but there's a lot of better black metal than, or man, did I just say that?
You did. Freudian slip there.
Oh,
But I think they
the
black metal
Georgians.
Isanian
Black
slip.
metal needs it. Okay, forget it.
Sorry, Jay.
Okay. No, I'm just fucking with you. I think black metal needs a new shot in the arm. I don't know who it's going to be. Somebody's got to come in and revitalize it a little bit. And I know there's some cool things happening. I know Panop's kind of be one good example. I like Mirkur, but I don't know. I just feel like it needs a little. Someone's got to come in and kind of shake it.
It needs a little less Mirkur.
A little more meerkat.
Yeah.
Christ.
All right. Last new
Next
release.
album, George.
What?
I said next album, George.
Yeah, last new release. The new Wolfhammer album, The Monuments of Ash and Bone, their fourth album of Blackened Sludge. Unfortunately, I've only listened to this once and it didn't grab me, but I suspect that's going to change because I just haven't paid enough attention to it yet.
You need to listen to it right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
like
I
it.
have little doubt that I'm going to like this album. I just haven't given it enough focus yet.
What's interesting to me is I when I heard the name of the band, I was like, is that? I just assumed I hated them, and I think I'm getting them confused with Woven War, which is
Woven
the
War?
ashes of As I Lay Dying. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
Okay, so when
No,
I saw
yeah,
this,
that's-
I'm like, why are we? Why did you put this in the box? And why are we talking about this?
Yep.
But then I listened to it, and then I was like, no, this is definitely not the same band.
No.
And I actually liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, man.
Because it's black metal that didn't suck.
Exactly. And the dude's in Skeleton Witch, so you can like sort of grandfather him that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Time to move on. Do you guys have some Skullcrushers for me?
Yes.
This is getting really hard to do. I'm probably going to be horrible because I was going back and forth with these guys. I'm running out of bands that I know a lot about. I know a little bit about a great many bands. There are not that many bands that I, past the age of 15, wanted to know what they ate for breakfast and what kind of underwear they wore. So I'm starting to run out. I actually had an idea that maybe moving forward, unless anybody has a band they want to do, we could just do general metal trivia. It doesn't have to be band specific. We could just be like,
Yeah.
I
cool.
found this Judas Priest question. I'll ask it and, just hit people
Perfect.
with it. And, maybe
A
not.
solid idea. No, I like this. I like doing this a lot, but I think you're probably right, George. We're running out of bands that we all feel like we're experts on. So
Well, but on the other hand, hey, George.
Mm-hmm.
So how much in the last couple days did you hit up the internet and try and read every Wikipedia page, everything you know about Megadeth?
0. I haven't even listened
so
to any Megadeth. I wanted to at least listen to them. I have done no research whatsoever, so I'm going to fail hard.
All right. So this is like whenever the 2 times I've done Skullcrushers, I go on and I read all the stuff that I know that you're going to Google and search.
I did
Try and get
nothing.
the answers to.
I had no time this week.
Aside from what I already know. So I guess my point was that, you could probably pick some other generic band that I hate and I can do enough research and pass the questions.
Right.
So with that, I kind of like your idea of just general metal trivia.
Yeah. Just be like, it's your turn, see how many you can answer. Maybe they're not as obscure, I mean, they can be, just if it's like amusing or something. You're like, hey, did you know that Bruce Dickinson once did this? But
So with that, I'm just going to go first. I'm just going to go.
just go for it, man. Just totally step in front of Matt. Be like, Matt, get out of the way.
Yeah, because this
And
is a
John,
softball.
for that matter. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a softball. Ready?
All right. I know where
Game
you're
is-
yeah, Will
This is going to be a snarky one, isn't it?
Hey, is this the line?
What's Dave Mustaine's middle name?
Fuck if I know.
It's a fucking.
You really did not do any research.
No, I did not.
George, with any metal musician, the middle name is fucking, as in Yngwie fucking Malmsteen.
I mean, I read his book, so I probably have heard it, but I don't remember. What is it?
It's Scott. Scott.
Never would have guessed that.
Wow, that's kind of geeky. It could only be a little. Kevin. Like, I mean, hey, Kevin. Yeah, that dude from the Black Film. Anyway,
All right, 0 for 1 now.
All right, anyway,
I didn't know.
Dad of Northern Darkness.
Oh, now you're gonna let him go.
Yeah.
So you knew this one was coming, George, but what was the first Megadeth song I ever heard? And it's not. I would not describe it as an obvious one.
Oh, it's not obvious.
So good.
Jesus. Well,
I'm a
Can I wait before
not
you go?
Symphony
Can
of Destruction.
I just remind you I got mine right? So
I
the
know.
bar's been set pretty high.
I know. Well, I'm gonna think. Let's see. Your first Metallica album was Injustice for All, so I'm thinking that maybe your Megadeth album was probably slightly behind that. I could be way off. You could be fucking, these boots from fucking Killing Is My Business for all I know. But I'm
Just so you know, George, after you answer, I want a chance because I know what it is.
Hey Jay, text me real quick.
I'm cool.
Skin of my teeth.
Actually, it's Love Gun.
Skin of my teeth. That's my guess. Sticking to it.
I don't think it's actually on one of their albums.
Oh, well that helps. Angry Again.
I heard it. I'll give you a hint. It was on a soundtrack.
Angry Again. Or Go to Hell.
Yes, Go to Hell.
Okay.
Well done, George. Good job.
What soundtrack was that on?
Bill and Ted.
Bogus Journey.
Oh. Do you know they're making another one of those?
They keep talking about it. I hope they actually do it.
I think they're actually shooting it. Now.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Or maybe it won't.
I got.
Yeah, you're right. That's a fine line right there.
All right, I got one more, and this is a softball.
All right.
What is the song used? Part of the song used as a snippet for MTV News. Was used.
That's a good one.
Oh,
It's a snippet for
Peace
MTV
Sells.
News. Yep. The bass line.
Yeah. All right. I feel a little good now. Okay, who's next, John?
All right. We got 3 for you, George. This is a true-false question to start.
Yes, 50-50.
True or false? The name for Peace Sells But Who's Buying was taken from a Reader's Digest article.
True?
Of course it's true. It would be the most ridiculous thing to make up, right?
and you're going to do this thing now where you slowly cross off my questions, but okay.
Oh, no.
And that one's out. Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully I don't have Jay's second question here. Can you name the song that was inspired by a video game?
Inspired by a video game.
And I do know that this is a more recent song, but I thought you might know this just because it's a video game.
I think it's probably on the last record you actually liked, George.
Is it from United Abominations?
Tis.
Keep going. You're right.
Like
Yes.
Gears of War?
There you go.
There you go.
Sweet.
All right. Last one here. Do you know where the title of Rest in Peace came from?
A gravestone? Headstone? I don't know. Is it related to the song?
No, not in any real way.
No. Yeah. Not really. No. But it is a cool story, though.
We'll say he read it somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Is this your other question too, Jay?
No, but I saw that one while I was looking for questions.
Yeah. Mustaine came up with the title after seeing a bumper sticker that read, and I quote, "May all your warheads rest in peace."
Nice.
Yeah, so I wrote a song
You
about it.
literally just ripped that right off.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was a bumper sticker. I guess it was for public domain at that point.
Yeah, to be sure.
All the best songs come from bumper stickers. All right.
That's it. I'm done.
Will, you have more?
Well, of course I do.
Well, hit me.
Real quick, what was Dave Mustaine's first band?
Wait, that could be a trick question.
The obvious answer is Metallica, but I'm guessing he had a band before that you're trying to either that or you're just fucking with me.
No, he had a band before Metallica.
I should know this because I read the book, but I don't remember.
Panic.
That's right. That's right.
And what was the last album that... So this is a two-part question. What was the last album that Dave Mustaine... What was the last Metallica album that Dave Mustaine had a writing credit on? And what was the last album that he claims he should have a writing credit on?
The last credited album would be Ride the Lightning, but Master of Puppets, he claims he wrote some of that stuff too.
So
The Hills Run Red Lars.
Yeah, there's one specific song.
Leper Messiah, I think it was.
Yep, that's correct. Man, damn.
Nicely done.
All right. So, the last one's lyrics.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Two parts.
I thought maybe you're gonna have me list all the albums, which I.
No. Like, hey, I'm a two-trick pony. Okay.
Well, it's good because I was gonna look through them just a glance and I forgot. So I probably get it wrong.
So lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics pulled at random. I'm gonna read you some lyrics, and if you think about this in a very intelligent, analytical way, you may be able to figure this out.
So if I'm a dumbass, I'm screwed.
Well, we know you're a dumbass. So you are screwed. Yeah. So I'm gonna read you some lyrics. Name the song. Your body's empty now as I hold you. Now you're gone. I miss you. But I told you, I remember bad times more than good. There's no coming back, even if we could. I love you to death. If I can't have you, then no one will.
That sounds familiar. If only I had the meter.
Do you want me to get you a yardstick? It's close enough to a meter.
I know this.
Is the title to the song in the lyrics, Will?
Yes, it is.
Could you repeat the lyrics?
I love you to death.
Love you to death.
Kim Jong George, our dear leader.
This is from the first album, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that album.
So that is
but
the second song to the first album. Killing is my business. Business is good. It's song 2, but it's the first song that has lyrics.
Isn't it Love You to Death or something like that?
Yeah. I just gave it. The first song is Last Rites. It's instrumental. Mm-hmm. The second song is I Love You to Death.
Yeah.
So next,
I actually sort of know that song, which is why it's familiar.
Okay. Next question. I'm going to read you some lyrics. You can see the sign coming from afar. You can see the sign. Oh yeah, it's there. Oh, melt the ice away. Melt the ice away.
The fuck, dude. What? If it was anything from like peace sells through, I don't know, euthanasia or something, I would like know that.
Don't be so sure.
Well, obviously it's something that I just don't know, but I'm not getting enough of the words there. I mean, ohs don't do a lot for me.
Will knows how to pick. Will knows how to go into a very popular song and pick out the darkest corner. Not that I even know which song this is. I'm just saying, you never know.
Say it again. So you see the sign coming, something down the road.
You see the sign coming from afar. You can see the sign. Oh yeah, it's there. Oh, melt the ice away. Melt the ice away.
I think I know what it is, George. And I think it's a song you like a lot.
Obviously not enough. I don't know. I'll give up.
So this is the last line of lyrics from the last Megadeth album.
Oh, okay. No.
Like the most recent?
The most recent.
Didn't I say something?
Dystopia.
Maybe I didn't.
You did, but that's okay. Will doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, fuck it.
When did you say something about
up through cryptic writings?
Did you say that like a couple weeks ago or something?
No. I only
Let me
picked
put
it
it on
the other day.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, yeah,
No,
I didn't listen. I didn't
Alright.
listen to the new album.
So on the last Megadeth album,
Dystopia.
the last song,
Which I've never
that
heard.
album is called "Melt the Ice Away."
See, I never got that far. It was a okay listen, but I'm sure I never got to the end.
Yeah, you would never get that. But I gave you the first lyrics of the very first song.
And the last verse. I see your method here.
Lyrics. Yeah.
Well, do you have anything in between that might have a shot with?
Your balls. What's my favorite Megadeth song?
Oh, that's a good one.
Your favorite Megadeth song? I don't know. I can tell you my favorite Megadeth song is Tornado of Souls.
That's a good choice. Give him an album, Will. See if you can get it once you narrow it down.
So Far So Good So What?
Okay. Probably not the Sex Pistols cover.
I do like that, but
Yeah.
no, that's not it.
I'm going to go with Knowing You, Hook and Mouth.
Ding 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 ding. Very good, sir. That was good analytical skills right there.
F is for fighting, R is for red, ancestors' blood in battle we shed, E we elect them, E we eject them, in the land of the free and the home of the brave. D is for your dying, O your overture, M will cover your grave with manure. This spells our freedom, it means nothing to me as long as there's a PMRC.
That's right, buddy. Very good.
Oof, I think George either just had a stroke or his Ouija board kicked in. There was like some sort of like in the year 1475, Captain.
See, if you ask me about the albums I actually listened to.
No. I know I gave you some hard ones.
That's all right.
It wasn't quite fair, but
But
anyway.
you just hit my hit my weak spots.
But the one where you cannot possibly imagine, you actually got it right. Kind of like the way Jay did.
Yeah, but he didn't need any hints. He just was like, boom.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I jumped in with confidence. I was like, if I get this right, I'm going to be a hero.
You're legendary. It's going to be legendary forever now.
Let me ask you this: there was in doing my research for this, one of the things that I came up with, and tell me that somebody else didn't just get a hold of this site and like put this on here, but it says drummer Nick Menza used to have his own gay porn site, infamously known as Nick's Pics.
What?
Are you a Metal Storm, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What's that all about? Is like Metal Storm like easily hackable or something, or is this like a thing I should know?
I don't know. I've never been to the website. I've been to Metal Storm, but I haven't been to his
You
site.
haven't been to Nick's Pics?
Well, hold on. This probably means my computer's about to crash, but I'm heading in, boys. All right, I only got 2 questions for you, George.
All right.
I had 3, but John beat me to the punch.
Sorry.
So,
It happens.
who is Dave Mustaine's godfather?
His godfather.
Yeah, he's a famous musician, and I have to tell you, he must have taken this on as an honorarium later on, because I no doubt that Dave's parents did not know this gentleman, but he is currently Dave's godfather, and I think if you tried hard enough, you might come up with it.
Alice Cooper.
Nicely done. What math did you do there? The Phoenix thing?
I read the book.
The drug thing?
I know they both went into recovery, and I know Alice does that sort of thing, like tries to keep people from killing themselves through drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and he probably mentioned it in his book, and it just sort of came to me.
Nicely done. Well, Alice has found Jesus too, by the way, both him and Dave. So that also might
That
be part
too.
of there. Yeah.
I think Alice has found golf.
Yeah. That too.
So that's just. I just have one more question, and it's a bonus if you get both of them right.
Then it's not just one
yeah.
question.
Well, it's one question with 2 answers.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. So it's and this would go back to 2005, and he's probably done it since then. But I'm not sure that I've heard about it. But Dave refused to play with 2 particular bands
I know
on
one of
the Gigantour, and they were just on the European shows or some of the European shows. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 of them. Let's hear the one you know.
They got booted in their own home country, and that was Rotting Christ.
I think the other band is Greek too, if I'm not mistaken. But don't let me look that up real quick. So okay, you already got it right, but let me just see where these guys are from. No, they're not. They are. I was way off. They're Swedish.
Swedish Dissection.
But yeah, well
That's
done.
right. I remember that now because he didn't want to play with John because he was such a Satanist.
Yeah, I remember that too. And he hasn't said. I don't think he's done that since. But maybe he just has not let them get on the bill in the first place, whoever they are. But I thought it's funny because that one stuck in my head, and I think I have seen that he's played some places with bands, and I thought he's not looking at that bill.
Yeah.
Like at least one of the festivals or something. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I would say you put up better than 500 batting average there, Georgie.
Nice.
Yeah, nicely done.
All right. Let's move on to our top 5. Because of the aforementioned busyness of the week, we didn't come up with a list. We wanted a list that was going to be something that didn't require a shit ton of thought. And so we came up with another one of our best of years, and this time we're doing the top five, the top 5 albums from 2010. And this, I thought, mainly because we couldn't remember what years we'd done already, and I knew we hadn't done anything in 2010 or later, so I went with that. And I thought it would be relatively easy, but there wasn't as much good stuff that year as I thought.
It was a little weird.
So I don't
agree.
have just honorables because I just couldn't be bothered.
Well, you know what it was? A lot of bands that I really like released the record after their best record that year.
Or like live albums or
something, yeah. Like Nevermore was Obsidian Conspiracy. And I mean, if they had been the Godless Endeavor year, I'd be like, yeah, but there's a few. I got 5.
Yeah, I mean, I could have had some honorables, but I didn't.
Fair enough.
So, all right, why don't we?
Well, it wasn't impossible, but it wasn't as easy as.
Yeah, except for my number 1, which is but. All right.
I think we probably chose the same number.
I think so. All right, Matt, what's your number 5?
To what you were saying, I will just say 2010 was kind of an interesting year for me because I had spent some time. 2009, 2010 were probably a year where I came back into metal a little bit more focused and kind of diving a little bit deeper into things. So I actually had 11 honorable mentions.
Wow.
Top of the
You're
5.
like, fuck you, George.
2010 was the first. 2010 was the first time I went to Wacken, so I was like, again, very pivotal in my life, and so I took in a lot, and so a lot stuck with me. But so number 5 for me, the Ocean. I did both heliocentric and anthropocentric.
I did look at that. All right.
All right. My number 5. I'm guessing no one will have this, but that's all right because I still think it's a pretty cool album. A band we haven't heard from in a while, actually, but it's Intronaut, Valley of Smoke.
Yeah. I'm not going to cricket you.
Has it been since 2010 since we heard from them, John, or did they have another record?
I think they had one.
No, they've had 2 more. It's
like in the last couple of years, they had one.
Yeah, they've had 2 actually. So, just they seem quiet right now. I don't know.
All right, Will.
I'm going to predict that probably, I would say maybe one of my albums may be on one other person's list. Other than that, no one's going to have any of these things on their list. And I have a bunch of honorable mentions. So I kind of threw this together at the last minute because, again, it's been a busy week. My number 5, Immolation, Majesty, and Decay.
I've gotten into them a lot more recently.
Because of the last one.
They are good.
And
was it the last one that kind of got you going, George?
Actually, it was Will. I mean, they played
last year.
And that's sort of when I was like, and you were like, fucking Immolation. And I was like, fucking Immolation. And I was like, all right, well, I had occasion to really be into death metal earlier this year. and so I revisited it, and I was like, yeah, all right, they're kind of cool. So I'm admitting that to you.
Thank you, George. I love you. Kim Jong George.
All right, Will. Not Will. I'm looking at Jay and I said Will.
Oh, Jay, sorry.
We haven't done that in a while.
So it begins again.
Back we come full circle. I have to admit that this is kind of the last thing that truly interested me by this band. But nevertheless, it was a great year that year, and I saw them and they were wonderful that year as well. Ghost, Opus Eponymous.
That's right. I was going to put that on there.
When that first one came out, they were pretty special.
I lost my mind when that album came out.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, this is just like Merciful Fate.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah. 8. My number 5, Flotsam and Jetsam, The Cold.
Yeah.
That was a surprisingly good comeback album for them, and I liked it a lot. So, there you go. Snuck in at number 5.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, there's probably a few you don't know, Will. Yeah, they were pretty down like an underground there for a while.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to Matt.
And still are, actually.
My number 4 is 1349, Demon Noir.
Oh, yeah.
Thought about it. I thought about it.
I really did not look at this stuff well enough.
I drank their beer.
Yeah. All right.
Is it good beer, Will?
Yeah.
They put it on their Facebook page a lot. They'll feature it when they're drinking it or when they see somebody
Stop drinking it, make a new album.
Yeah,
It's been a while. Cauldron of Chaos came out 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great, too. I dug that one a lot.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Same.
John.
All right, you probably can't cricket me because Jay's actually heard of this band before. But if you want to go ahead and do it now and get out of the way, you can.
There we go.
All right. My number 4 is King Crow, Phlegathon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I know Jay's.
I do love it.
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry.
Willem?
The next one has a very special place in my heart, and I guarantee no one will have this on their list. But you have to hear me out. My number 4, Volbeat. Beyond Hell, Above Heaven, and anyone who's listened to this podcast will know that I bought this album and I heard the song Evelyn, which features Barney from Napalm Death, and I thought it was an awesome song, and I decided to name my daughter Evelyn.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, it's absolutely.
I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm not. I'm going to do that every time you tell that story. That's my answer. Wait, what? Which I have done that to you a couple times already, by the way.
I mean, my wife will probably tell it a slightly different way, but I definitely remember hearing the name Evelyn when I listened to this song, and it, had the guy from Napalm Death on. I'm like, this is a pretty cool fucking song on this album, and it's one of their probably best and most popular songs. And so my daughter is named Evelyn, which, by the way, Matt, dad of Northern Darkness, we have to tell the story real quick.
Yeah. I have an Evelyn too.
Yeah.
My Evelyn was named after her grandmother. I know that. So, but either way, it's a fucking cool name.
I know, but and then what is your son's name?
His middle name is William.
Yeah, and my son's name is William. So we basically, and I told my daughter this story that like, oh, by the way, when the guys are doing the podcast, he has a daughter named Evelyn and a son named Wyatt William, and she kind of like lost her mind because she's always Evelyn's not the most common name, so she's always very curious. And weirdly enough, if you watch Sleeping Beauty, you know how in the old school movies they did all the credits in the beginning? There's an Evelyn who does something on Sleeping Beauty, and my daughter loses her mind every time. So I think my daughter would go get along famously with your daughter. So bring your whole family down.
Party.
For some show that I'm going to have at Atlas, and just come down. Bring the whole family.
She freaks out just when she sees that running in the credits. That's great.
Yeah, no, she does. Because it's not that popular of a name.
Hey,
No, yeah.
Tell me I was hitting the guar crack pipe that day, but did
Yes, you were.
didn't
The
Volbeat
underpass.
play that at Vakken and like Barney came on and like did it with him?
I don't know if I was. I don't think I was present when Volbeat
I
played.
wasn't either. That was the wandering around in the ditch in the middle of the night trying to figure out where the fuck I was, but I could hear Volbeat playing.
Okay.
Volbeat.
Gosh.
I know Volbeat did a
Because
live.
wasn't Napalm Death there?
Song,
They
and-
were.
Yes.
So I swear he came. I swear he was like, I'm Barney from blah, 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 and I swear they played it.
Sounds right.
I know. The lead singer from Jungle Rot did a version of it. So my son and daughter are both obsessed with that song.
Cool.
Evelyn, Volbeat, Beyond Hell, Above Heaven. Not my favorite album ever by far, but for that reason, it's on my
George,
list.
just so you know, I was able to confirm via the internet that this is exactly what happened at Vodka this year.
Yes.
I was going to say, I think they played the same night, so that makes sense.
Because I was thinking about Will. I'm like, I was literally lost in the dark, falling into pea-filled ditches, trying to find my damn tent. But I was close enough to one of the main fields that I could hear it. So I was like, at least I get to hear Volbeat.
George, I'm picturing you, George, face down in the mud, waiting to die.
Dude, you don't even know how close it came to happening.
Will's daughter is named Evelyn. Wow.
I'm gurgling on pee right now.
Isn't that funny? Anyway.
This George, this might be the reason why your leg got as bad as it did if you're falling in big pee puddles.
Oh, jeez. No, I don't. I didn't. I almost fell. My fat ass tried to jump a ditch. And, first of all, feet in both sides of this thing are it's mud. So it looks solid. You walk up and you're like, Throw! And, I jumped across and I'm like, swoosh, and almost fell over and pitch black. Couldn't see anything. Good times. Can't wait to do that again.
The best.
I can't wait to never do that. It just sounds miserable.
2018.
Hey,
Late 2019.
it's going to pay off in stories forever.
I think one of the greatest things ever for this podcast, if John and George went to vodka together, and just to hear the postmortems and everything, just be a bunch of old dudes complaining about everything.
Your back hurts, my knee hurts.
Yeah. I told you we should bring Eric. God damn it. Where is he? All right, so Jay.
I'm gonna move us. I always feel like I'm so generic, but I can't help it. This is a good record. Monster Magnet's Mastermind came out that year, and it's one of the best post-2000 Monster Magnet records, so I got to put it on my list.
All right. My number 4, John Oliva's Pain Festival.
Yeah, I like some of the stuff John's done with John Oliva's Pain.
That's a really good album. Probably my favorite
I don't
one.
even know what you're talking about.
Huh?
He's the dude from Sabotage.
The Mountain King? You know who the Mountain King is?
Also, he does the translator.
No, I know the Hall of the Mountain King. I just don't know whatever the hell George said was.
It's his.
John Oliver. That's the guy. He's the
That's
guy.
the guy.
Yeah.
He's,
But he also has this side project that no, it's solo band.
he's the guy.
Are they the guys who do Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
He's the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just saw him in concert a couple months ago.
All right, then.
At Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that shit's weird.
That
by
was
the
a
way.
wild
It
show.
is.
I saw that,
It
too.
has made him a rich man too.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of religious overtones in that shit.
Oh, is there? I don't know. I've never.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, they come around at Christmas every year.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
right.
that the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. That's a good.
I don't point out
This
the obvious
Easter
there.
show seems to have a lot of overtones in it. I didn't sign on for this.
You keep singing about this Jewish zombie astronaut.
What the fuck? Who bought these tickets?
All right. Back to Matt for number 3.
Number 3, Enslaved Axioma Ethica Odini.
I knew that one was coming up.
I figured.
Yep.
Nice.
Julian.
All right, my number 3, In Mourning, Monolith.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that one might, too.
My number 3. This one kind of snuck up on me because I was listening to it today. I was like, wow, this is really good. I kind of forgot about this one. Forbidden, Omega Wave, and going back earlier to the news item when the guy died, I was like, let me take a listen to this. Like, wow, this is really good.
I don't think he was on
My
that
number
one, though.
3. He probably wasn't, but it just reminded me of Forbidden, and then Anyway.
Anyway. Mine is my number 3, or did we? John, excuse me. John's number 3.
No, he did his.
He did. Okay, I thought we were okay. I'm sorry, John. I'm probably the biggest fan of these guys here, and a lot of people don't like them, I'm sure. But Kveler Talk released their first record that year, and it really was a shot in the arm. Kveler Talk, Kveler Talk.
I saw that.
I say it twice. The self-titled.
Yeah.
Not my favorite of their records, but it's a good one.
Cool. My number 3 is Witchery, Witchkrieg.
Yeah, that is a good one, too.
Yeah.
I like the cover of that record, too.
It's very, very cool. All right, and we are speedily back to Matt again.
Number 2, Agalloch, Marrow of the Spirit.
Ah, shit, that came out. I didn't know that.
I thought I was almost sure I was going on your list, to be honest with you, George.
I missed it somehow.
All right. My number 2. Hopefully you didn't miss this one. Isan After. George missed that one too.
I saw it and I meant to make a note of that and I didn't do it.
What the greatest part about this sometimes is, like, I know if you're listening to this, you can't see us, but we can see each other. And just the look on John's face, he's like, really? Really?
You failed me.
George, you didn't. Yeah.
It's been a long, hard week.
I'm taking your Emperor card away for 2 weeks.
Especially when you hear my number 2.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Who was
my number 2? Yeah. God Dethroned, Under the Sign of the Iron Cross. That is a great album.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
Yeah.
My number 2 is my last record by this band that I truly loved, and so it was the height of my love for this band. I don't dislike them now, but this was the last really good one. High on Fire, Snakes for the Divine.
Nice.
That was a good album, too.
That was a great record.
It's probably better than my number 2. My number 2 you're going to think is number 2. But
maybe it should be an honorable mention then.
But it was one of my favorite albums of that year. And it's White Wizard, Over the Top.
Oh, no, I can respect
That album
that.
fucking rocks. Iron Goddess of Vengeance. I love that song. And anyway.
I mean, I don't like it.
Yeah. You understand why I like it, though, because I'm a poser.
Yeah, I'm told simple people like things like that. No, I'm joking.
Wait. I got something for you.
No, I'm joking. There are a few of the, like, truly bands that kind of just do that out of, like, like as a tribute to the past. And they you either love them or you don't. There's a few of them that I love, and I just never got into them. But I totally get it.
I only like that album and their latest album. Everything in between sucks.
Was the latest one this year or last year? I remember
came out January this year.
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, I was like, it's awesome. And Will was like, he's dying over there. He's like, it sucks. And I was like, whatever. Agree to disagree.
And I was like, whatever.
All right, Matt, number 1.
My number 1, I realize I've never said the name of this album out loud, so forgive me. But it's probably
going around.
Triptychon, Paris Terra Daimonis?
Yeah,
probably
something like
that.
It's a hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
He's doing that to us on purpose.
I'd be surprised if that's not George's number 1 as well.
Fair enough.
Boy, look at me, I'm pink. What the hell's going on?
The lighting gets weird on these things.
Yeah.
Because
John,
I don't look like this. Trust me.
Well, I considered White Wizard for my number 1, but I knocked it off at the last second.
Where's my fuck you button?
I like dicks.
Closest I'm gonna get.
Oh, Deanie, whatever it is. It just looks funny with the extra eye. So that wasn't too obvious. Enslaved.
But that makes sense.
Okay.
I expected that.
That was a weird.
Cool. Will?
My number 1, High on Fire, Snakes for the Divine. When this album came out, I was in brewing school, and I just listened to this over and over and over again. And there was a guy who was also in brewing school who was a huge High on Fire fan.
Was his name Matt Pike?
We just no. The guy in brewing school actually had to wear a shirt to school.
It's got Frosthammer on it, man. It's got that Bastard Samurai song. It's
Bastard Samurai,
Son of a
Frosthammer,
bitch.
Snakes for the Divine. Like, this was just an amazing, and a funny story is that there was a whole bunch of us went out one night, and my wife, before she was she was my wife. When she came out to visit me in Chicago, we all went to this bar. I forget the name of it, but they used to have this thing called like pornos and eggs or something like that, and they would just put old school 70s pornos on, and then you could eat eggs at like midnight, like breakfast.
Okay.
But somehow they just started, in the middle of all this nonsense, they just started playing Frosthammer like in there, and I'm trying to teach a woman who was in my class. I'm trying to teach her husband the lyrics of the song. Like, it was a drunken mess, but High on Fire, Snakes of the Divine. So,
in closing, let me just say.
In
High on
closing,
Fire.
let me just say that it was a crazy night. They played the song. I love this album. It reminds me of Brewing School. High on Fire.
All right.
Their best album. Their best album by far, in my opinion.
I would say it ties with Death is This Communion. A close tie to me.
No, you're wrong. But anyway, go ahead. You're entitled to your shitty opinion.
Okay, you're gonna get at least 2, and I'm pretty sure 3 different pronunciations of this. Let me just read it right off the screen so I don't get it too wrong. Oh, fuck it. Triptychon.
It's called Five Finger Death Punch.
Or as I like to call them now, Five Finger Dick Punch.
Yeah. No, the Triptychon record. Yeah, Partners of Deafers and Miners. I was still high off of the fumes from Monotheist, and sorry that they had to go away, but glad that he came back the way he did, which was really just kind of walking down the same path. A little bit different, but still. Yeah, I love that record, man. Oh, let's see if we get the new one this year, George. By the way, I mean, we felt like it was rumored, and then now it's nothing. All of a sudden, we heard anything.
Nah, they're looking for a drummer, and they got a few shows though.
Oh, do they? Okay. Speaking of that, what's your favorite number 1 record, George? Or your number 1 of the 2000s?
Well, surprisingly, it's not what you think it is. It is a band called Triptychon. And their album
Eppersmodal
Epperscrotal Demon Babies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Scrotum Demon Babies. What?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, they win.
Yeah, they win for sure. Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of awesome number 1s. And, you guys' number 1s I get too.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking good.
No, I like them.
Honorable mentions. Who's got them?
Yeah, throw them out. Spit them out. We'll start with Matt. I know you had some.
All right. Cavello Talk, self-titled. Sigh, Scenes from Hell. Shining, Black Jazz. Eson, After, In Mourning, Monolith. Rotting Christ, Ealo, Elvedi, Everything Remains as It Never Was. High on Fire, Snakes for the Divine. Immolation, Majesty and Decay. Intronaut in the Valley of Smoke. Ghost, Opus Eponymous.
You just robbed everybody else's list for your honorables.
I did.
Well done.
Except mine.
Will,
Nobody
you got
liked mine, but that's okay.
John,
do you have any honorable mentions?
No, I just didn't have time to go through enough. So, I'm sure I've got like 10 or 11, just like you guys, but none for tonight.
Well,
my honorable mentions: Hooded Menace, Never Cross the Dead.
What?
Sick of It All. Based on a true story. One of my favorite tech death bands ever, Brain Drill, Quantum Catastrophe. Monster Magnet, Mastermind. Jay, for you, buddy.
yes.
A band probably no one's heard of, but I love, Caliber 666, Blood Fueled Chaos. I'm surprised, Jay, you didn't mention this one. Electric Wizard, Black Mass.
Fuck. God damn it. I love that record too, dude. You know, I went to, you know where I looked it up was in Wikipedia that year in heavy music. And I went to a few of them, but shit, that totally would have been on there. Which, by the way, they played that the other night.
And by the way, a lot of this is based on my iTunes year released, and it may be wrong. It may be 2011. It could be 2009, but
that sounds about right.
All the ones that are on my list, I verified. On my top 5. 3 more. Exodus is Exhibit B, The Human Condition. I do like that. The Sword, Warp Riders, and last but not least, I thought somebody maybe say this, but no one did. Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier.
Yeah.
And as far as Iron Maiden records, no, it wasn't my favorite. But as far as the one that preceded it and the one that came after, this is a much better record because the Book of Souls is a piece of shit.
Well, see, you're fighting both me and George there because I like the one before it and George likes the one after it. So it's weird.
The Matter of Life and Death, you like?
Believe it or not, I think it's a really good record.
That's a piece of shit, and so is Book of Souls.
And I hate your mother.
Yeah, she smells like elderberries.
So my list briefly would be, honestly, Electric Wizard would have been on my list because I really like that Electric Wizard record a lot. And honestly, there was a couple other ones you guys named that I should have said, but the only other one that actually I had to wrestle with was I thought Overkill's record that year was really good, Ironbound.
Oh, Ironbound is good. Yeah. Oh, that should have been on my these honorable mentions. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put that on my honorable mentions. It's the last one I really got into by Overkill. Not that they're crapping now or anything like that, but that one was just had some extra vinegar on it.
I have to say that as long as they've been around and as long as they've sort of been considered a second tier thrash band, not part of the big 4.
Yeah.
But man, they've consistently put out some good stuff.
Yeah, they haven't fucked around, dude.
Yeah.
They're making a new one right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or did it just come out?
No, it's not out yet.
I remember when I was at the Decibel tour in Philadelphia, not this last year, but the previous year, when Horrendous and Obituary and Creator played, and Bobby Blitz was up in the balcony.
Does he live
hanging out,
there?
watching it?
Is that really?
Yeah, he's from Jersey, but not that far from Philly.
Yeah, fair enough. He seems like a cool guy, by the way.
All my honorable mentions are the ones that are on your lists that aren't on mine. Because I love you guys. John looks skeptical. He's like, whatever.
Even Brain Drill, Quantum Catastrophe.
I'll check it out. But not Caliber 666.
Are you sure Eson's on your honorable mentions?
Yes, I am. I'm fucking Jerry's on my honorable mentions. This is what happens when you make your lists too quickly.
Again, I think we all.
He who hesitates is lost, and he who makes his list last fucks up.
Okay, shoot.
So, all right, let's move on to what we're listening to. Matt?
Has anybody heard of, I want to call them Tenger Cavalry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I listened to it the first time. It made me think of like new metal meets folk metal. A little bit of Fear Factory in there.
Mm-hmm. I haven't listened to him
Very
lately.
interesting. Okay.
What the hell was the last album?
Did you say new metal meets folk metal with industrial Fear Factory in there?
It's
just a tiny. Well, at first I thought Fear Factory meets new metal or meets folk metal, but after a while I was kind of like, this reminds me of like what Cold Chamber would sound like if they had like a violinist or something.
It's like Mongolian metal.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I have
something to
I have
hear.
a shirt. I have a Tenger Cavalry shirt.
Nice. All right, continuing. Abstractor, Cinerus Incarnate, Esoctrillium, Pandemorphium, Forbidden Formulas to Awaken the Blind Sovereigns of Nothingness.
Matt, are you just making this shit up?
No, I typed it out. Negredo, Flesh Torn, Spirit Pierced.
Negrito.
Ghastly, Negredo, Flesh Torn, Spirit Pierced, Ghastly, Death Velour, Ailes, The Unraveling, Coffin Torture, Dismal Planet. I want to say this is called Erdv Vito Himas. Next band, Para. The album's called Riti. Moving on, The Ugly, Thematology, Unreal Overflows, Latent, Apostle of Solitude, From Gold to Ash, Witch Casket, Hatred Index. Did we call that Kraken? 9 Years of Blood?
Kruakan.
Spell it.
Kruakan.
Oh, Kruakan.
I want to pronounce this in a German way, Vessenville.
Yeah.
One.
I did not put that on my list precisely because I had no fucking idea how to say it.
A band called, I believe they go by Relayer, but it's RLYR. The album's called Actual Existence. And then Virant, Exordium.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to call this Cosmogear. I think it's Eternity with an EV in front of it. So Evernity? I don't know. But yeah, that's it.
Cool. There's a lot on there I need to check out.
Thank God we taped this.
Yeah. I'll go back and listen to it again.
Okay, so we've mentioned a lot of these already, so I won't say too much about them, but Collapse of Light we've mentioned, Ghastly, the Throssenblatt, the Wolfhammer, the Thigh, was it Catavalk?
That Catafalque.
I'm sure. Catafalque, yeah. Eson. Also, I've listened, and George's work mates will be disappointed, but I've listened to the new Tesseract, Sonder, the new Oak Pantheon Soul. I'll get their names wrong, but the Bjornsson and Selvik, I can't pronounce the album title, but it's the kind of dark folk stuff with the guy from Enslaved, and I can't think of the other band.
That's
Hugsja?
No, well, that's the name, but excuse me, the other band is I
can't. It starts with a W, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Whoa.
I have the vinyl. I just can't. I can't recall it.
Not very metal, but it's very cool, kind of dark folk music. And then a bunch of single songs from Chemist, Pallbearer, Yob, Alice in Chains just came out with a new song today. And then I've been just burning through the 4 songs released from the forthcoming Alkaloid album.
John, what did you think about that Yob song?
It's a little different for them.
It is. I
but
like it, though.
It's still pretty cool, though. I mean, I'm just glad we're getting an album, considering the past couple of years, what they've gone through. So
I'm really, really digging that new song.
Yeah.
And I know it's different, but man, I really like it.
It's cool.
Good.
Looking forward to the album.
What have I been listening to lately? I ordered on vinyl for my children Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules because they need those on vinyl. My kids are obsessed with Dio to the point that they wanted to listen to Elf.
I have Elf on vinyl.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that because it's kind of terrible.
It is.
and you got them? You mean you ordered and received? You got them?
No, I ordered them and they'll probably come Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But and then this may have been in the box. The Inquisitor, Downfall of the Apostates. I'm really liking that. That's a lot. Verathron, Patriarchs of Evil. We mentioned that earlier. The new Ingested, Check Death. I think they're from the UK. The Level Above Human is the new album. Like that. Listen to the new Pallbearer. Listen to the new Chemist. Depravity. The death metal band from Australia. Their album Evil Upheaval.
Evil Knievel?
Church. Evil Knievel. What? Listen to the new Church, which is crazy slow funeral doom. Spelled CHRCH. There's no U in it.
So there's a church without you in it.
Is it? Yeah, it's right. There's a church without you in it.
Well done.
Yeah. And their album Light Will Consume Us All. And then I think Matt, Dad of Northern. Sorry, I can't call you Matt. You have to be Dad of Northern Darkness.
Yeah, that's cool.
Virant Exordium, which was my album of the month. Man, these guys, when you listen to the first couple minutes of the first song, you think it's a phenomenal new Gojira song. They mimic Gojira a lot, but then like as the album goes on, they kind of go in their own direction. But Virant from Australia, there's a couple things from Australia. God, I love Australia. The new Sleep Sciences, digging that. I've been listening to a lot of the new King Goat, Debt of Eons, and I'm really trying to love this because
Choose
I know
your words very carefully, sir.
I know. Well, listen, man, I'm trying. You guys love this, and I'm trying to love it. And I'm getting past the vocals, which I think are just sort of like cheesy and forced, to be honest.
Can you cut his mic, George? Just cut his mic.
I mean,
damn it, Will.
But then, so like, I'm getting past that. But then I'm like, this just like meanders in all kinds of directions. I'm like,
I think it just has hook after hook. And hearing you say that about that vocalist to me is like listening to somebody going, yeah, but then that Bruce Dickinson keeps opening his fucking mouth, man. Like everything comes crashing down. No, he's a good singer. I like his voice.
No, he's a good singer. It just sounds like he's trying to be more operatic and like la 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 la, like more like he's.
There's a little bit of that going on.
Seems like he's forcing it a little bit. Like he's I don't know. It's not clicking. I'm trying.
I know what my computer.
Trying hard.
I know what my screen looks like right now, but right now I don't know what yours looks like because there's 4 people looking at the way that those 3 are looking at you. There's like just 3 faces that are like this.
You know what Will likes?
Keep talking.
You know what he likes?
I like dicks.
Enough said.
And then last but not least, I mentioned a little bit earlier, I've been listening to a lot of Chemist lately. Got it on vinyl, the kids been listening to it, so
can't go wrong there.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. I'll be fairly quick. I am thankfully back up to speed on my computer, so a lot of what you've mentioned I will finally get through this week. But I've been listening to Ghastly. The Panopticon has kind of got its hooks in me. Will bought a record called Faux Hammer. I saw on Bandcamp. I picked it up. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, they play Atlas all the time. They're local and they're the nicest dudes. Super nice guys and great, awesome. great like funeral death doom, I guess. Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that where they were from, but I got that.
They're at Atlas all the time.
I have been listening to that Hugs Jive record. I actually dig that. It's a little bit late. It's been out for a while, but the Napalm Death I finally started listening to, the one that's got all the extra songs on it from the older. It's so good. It's like this is a Lister record. It's 31 just completely brutal, great songs.
It was great. Jay, I was listening to that the whole way home, and then I picked up my son, and we kept listening to it. And what I love about it now is that my kids don't blink an eye when there's a Napalm Death playing in my car. Like, my kids are so used to it. Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah,
those are things they couldn't fit on other things, and some of them probably came on APPs. I don't know their whole history, but man, it's great. I've been listening to the Sleep record. I've been listening to the Hands of Despair that George has been pushed on us all a while back.
I forced down your throats.
Well, no. It was one of those ones you were like this, when every once in a while we'll all say, you really need to hear this one. You were like, you really need to hear this one. And I do. I dig it. And
when you shoved it down my throat, I gagged.
You know why? You know why?
Well, I like dicks.
That's why.
Oh, there you go. And scene. Finally, I'll just mention that I'm trying to make friends with the new Amorphous record, and I think that we're just going to have to part ways. And I was trying to make friends with the Primordial record, and I must have listened to that 8 times this week. That's a good record. So that's pretty much what's spinning over here until the downloading starts happening tonight.
Cool. Well, as I mentioned, I have a short list, so no time for a bathroom break. First up, we have Augury, their new album, Elusive Golden Age. It's their 3rd album. They're a Montreal prog death band. And I believe Matt Moss mentioned them on the last episode.
Matt Moss.
Yeah, slug.
Matt Moss.
Slug.
What did you say? Official seal of approval.
Yeah. Buried Sleeper, Obsidian. It's the 2nd album of Scottish doom sludge. The De Acquisitor album, Downfall of the Apostates, Danish death metal. Nod of approval from Will. Makes my evening. I believe, as yet unreleased new album from I've Solitude, Slaves of Solitude. It's the 5th album from this UK funeral doom band. No idea how to say this one. Gaerea, Gaerea, Unsettling Whispers. It's the debut album from a Portuguese black metal band. The new Master Boot record, Direct Memory Access. This is an Italian instrumental, industrial, electronic metal band, sort of. Interesting stuff. The new album from Merciful Nuns, the not too creatively named band, Anomaly X. This is the 10th album of German Sisters of Mercy worship. You know, so much so that Sisters of Mercy, Merciful Nuns, not that far off base. But it's still kind of cool. And my last one, Nymphion, Quoth the Raven. It's the 3rd album of Russian symphonic black metal. And all the lyrics on this album are directly from Edgar Allan Poe.
Dude, we didn't have to play Dope Smoker. We just could play a short grindcore song, and you've been done.
Exactly.
What was the thing we were joking with Joel from Thossablot? Like he's walking through the woods listening to some grindcore, and like it's over in 2 seconds.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that rings a bell. What's that Napalm Death song? I think was it called Death or the one that it's like 2 seconds long. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's famous. It's a famous song because it's literally 2 seconds long. I think it's called Life. Death or something.
How do you know if they're playing that live?
They could just be warming up.
Yes, did you have something to say? No, that was the first song.
Yeah, and then like half an hour later, somebody says they played that song like 9 times.
Oh, it's called You Suffer.
Oh,
look it up.
I think I
look it
heard
up
that.
on YouTube.
Was that off Scum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you can YouTube it. It is literally. It's like. So I think I get the words wrong.
Well, I think that's a little different than the first one you mentioned, Jay. Is that part 2?
And the first time he said, "You bababoo."
Yeah.
My sweet babu.
Well, I mean, I have the unreleased version. You know, the secret track.
The demo.
The demo, yeah. The demo, and they were like, "We gotta clean this up a little bit before we actually record it. Can't put this out."
Wait, or is it the remix?
Yeah.
With 2 extra seconds.
There's so many.
Yeah, that's the extended version.
Really
Yeah.
brings it together. Gets a little long in the tooth around the first second, but the second second you're like, no, I see why they added this.
Maybe they can give it the new Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction 74 song version that's coming out.
Is that I just saw that out of the corner of my eye, and I wouldn't buy it anyway, but I wondered if it was going to be something that was overbearing.
Yeah, so what is that? I just saw that on like the iTunes banner.
Yeah, so it's the
Maybe that's why I saw
obviously
it.
the album, and then it's the EP that came out after that, which is like 2 EPs put into one, and then it's like an additional 50 songs or something
Really?
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's stupid.
There's no way that thing's going to be like $15.
I hate
It's
shit
gonna
like
be-
this. It's oh god.
It's almost King Crimson, like when they release something new, it's like 8 discs long or something. So
Yeah, or Bob Dylan doing those bootleg sessions. It's just like, oh god.
so
Anywho,
All right. Well, here we are at the end of the episode. Ran a little longer than I expected, which is good because I was hoping it would.
those round tables can go a long
I
time.
know we need to do more of those,
they're fun. I enjoy them. Plus, they kind of go off in all kinds of weird directions. So
and that's okay because we do that.
I'll look for my shorts later.
Post that on Facebook.
That would be awesome. So,
All right. Well, before we go, make sure to check us out on SoundCloud and Facebook and Twitter.
Discogs. We never mentioned Discogs. We're all on Discogs.
Yeah, I haven't updated that in like 2 years.
Some of us are in Discogs.
Bandcamp, though, you can find us on there and see what we're listening to.
Yeah.
Well, what are you on Bandcamp?
Yeah, I haven't. We keep saying this, but at some point recently, we just sort of stopped saying who we were. Like,
I know.
On Twitter,
I've
I'm
noticed.
Disciple OV Metal, and on Bandcamp, I think I'm like Metalheads Podcast George.
Yes, you are.
And I am Catatonic J in just about every one of those things. If you put in Catatonic J, you're going to find me definitely on Bandcamp, definitely on Twitter.
I'm Brew Metal Will, all one word, on Twitter. Basically everything. Even my email, brewmetalwill@gmail. Send me a note.
And also, isn't that also? Did you somehow work that into your PIN number for your bank? Oh,
Send him a dick pic.
yeah.
You know why? You know why, right?
Why would I want dick pics?
I like dicks.
Okay, that joke's old. It's officially been retired.
No,
it's not.
Until next
I'll
episode.
join it. Yeah.
I'm White Cluster 69 on everything.
And I am Dad of Northern Darkness. Maybe missing some vowels I can never remember, but mostly Bandcamp and Instagram.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. And I don't know why I said us. I meant me. You joined yourselves, apparently.
Yeah, it was nice to see your face.
Yes. And until next time. And in the not too distant future, mid-year.
Oh man.
Yeah. We're going to need a couple weekends for this one. There's a lot of stuff out
Yeah,
there.
shit show.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with this. So
It's gonna be going. Yeah, it's gonna be the Quaker and Jamaica.
Jay, it's going to be a shit show for a lot of reasons. It's going to be bad.
Well, I may well try.
Luch is coming down with a lot of beer.
I think I might take a stab at it. See if I can pull that off too.
Yeah.
Wait, you take a stab and fly over here?
Try.
what? For the mid-year? Dude.
You guys are all gonna be in one room together.
Well, I guess you have to come out too, Matt.
I will see what I can do.
You guys are making me.
Take the Greyhound.
That would be. All you guys here. Oh my God, I don't even know what I'd do.
God, this is going to be like a Roman bath at some point.
Yeah. The mid-year is clothing optional. In fact, it's clothing like not allowed.
Required. Yes,
There's a bunch of naked guys sitting around microphones drinking beer.
Hey, Will, we're going to have to put our minds together and figure out who's going to Uber us back home that night.
Well, you could stay probably. Not that anybody would be happy with you, probably, but
George, I am
Not that your
positive.
other half would be happy with us either.
I'm positive you'll find us at one of those fields about 2 miles down the road, buck naked, hugging a corn stalk.
yeah.
I call Big Steve.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. All right. Until next time, we remain the Metalheads Podcast.
See ya.
Later.